definitely very hard
Yeah,
to
he won't.
to
He
kill
won't.
back.
He won't die. We back live.
Yes,
Looks
we
like
should
we
be.
are. Okay, looks like we are back again, guys. We are hotspotting off a phone in the hopes that that's going to change anything, and immediately buffering. Okay, let's see if this cleans up. Please, baby, clean it up. We got some mortal wounds coming through on the Invictors. I'm assuming that's the smites. What powers did he take on the Lord of Change there, Matty? If you're able to tell us.
I definitely can. He's got Bolt Change, Gaze of Face, and Infernal Gateway. So
Okay.
Infernal Gateway is obviously going to hit both of them. I don't know why Hayden would put them together, but look, he certainly has. And otherwise, it's probably just going to be using Infernal Gateway and Smite. I imagine trying to put some wounds on one of the Invictors there.
Yeah. How's the stream quality going for you guys? It looks much better for me.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't had a single buffer since we restarted this. And,
Dongle is the problem.
Dongle is the problem. So just Ben, if you can make sure that we've got at least a good 20 gig for this. Otherwise, we will bottom out again and have to do a whole new reshuffle.
Yeah, I think Lockie's got unlimited data, so it should be good.
Oh, what a savage. Lockie, you're a good man. All right. So, looks like the Lord of Change has taken a little bit of pound of flesh, and looks like there's some shooting going in and some wounds being done to the Invictors. Interested to see how much damage he actually realistically does. Looks like the Flamers were deployed on the board. What was actually happened on the right-hand side there?
Yeah, the Flamers have just jumped out to take the objective off the Impulsor, and have turned around and flamed the Intercessors on the far right edge of the board, just above those barricades. So there's only one guy left there on 1 wound.
So why were the Intercessors out of the Impulsor? Were they trying to kill those Flamers?
I think, yeah, they shot the Flamers to start with. So Duck moved the Impulsor up onto the objective, and then got the Intercessors out.
Well, it looks like there's only 5 Flamers there, and he did start with 8, I believe, or is it 6 in this list?
I thought it was only 6.
Yeah, I think it was only...
No, it was only 5, actually, so he didn't kill
I think they did a wound to them, I think.
Well, so if you see, there's a unit of Nurglings that has a couple of wound markers on it. Maybe the shots go there and it went there instead. Yeah. But yeah, that seems like a pretty bad trade to losing.
Yeah.
I'll just jump around the table and have a look at what those Invictors are on. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah.
I reckon he might have been shooting the Nurglings to try and get his Killmore secondary.
His Killmore, yeah. I would have thought that was what he was going for as well. But I wouldn't have taken him out. I wouldn't have taken you've only got 2. Duck only has 2 modes of OBSEC in this army. He only has 2 units of Intercessors, and he needs to have them for the key turns when he needs to hold primary or deny Dan getting 15 points on primary.
It looks like Dan didn't get any beasts back either. So
that's true. He did have to move the Grand Claymore in the opposite direction to where that unit of beast was. And plus, there is one still missing from that 5-man, isn't there?
Yeah, so he's killed 1 unit down to 1 and 1 unit down to 4. So I guess that's a positive for him.
Yeah, well, if he has the same shooting phase that he just had, technically he kills both those units, doesn't he?
Yeah. And look, to be fair, I know you were saying before the Grav Drop doesn't do anything, but the Grav Drop does actually kill Plague Bearers. It is still, essentially a bunch of heavy bolters.
That is true, yeah. That is very true.
So if he gets them below 20, so they're not -1 to hit, which you can do pretty easily, the Grav Drop will be useful and will do some work.
Yeah.
So I reckon this combat here is pretty pivotal. I don't know how many wounds those Invictors run.
The one the Lock has charged took 5 wounds, and the one on the left with the pink dice on the top took 2 wounds. So
he's not killing any of these.
They have 14, all right?
13.
13, okay.
Thank you so much to everybody in the chat. We still have a wonderful 27 people viewing this who have come through the hard times, the first hard half an hour, the first difficult watching, but now we have some legitimate internet, and hopefully it'll be clean sailing from here on out. So from those of you who've just joined us now, we have some Flamers that have jumped onto the rightmost objective. They have flamed into a unit of Intercessors with Assault Bolters and have taken them down to 1 remaining. We have a Lord of Change, which has just charged into 1 Invictor Warsuit. I'm not sure if he's in combat range. He's probably in engagement range of the other one.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't be surprised.
Sold it into the other one to stop it moving around to take them, because he's got a Nurgling on that objective, so he's just tagging them to make sure they can't do anything to the Nurglings behind the Lock. So
yeah, exactly right. So this is more of a delaying tactic than actually trying to kill either of these, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it did 4 wounds to the one that had already taken 5, so that's down to 4 wounds left. So not a lot of damage, but yeah, I think it's just because he's got the 3-up invo with the 6-up feel no pain and the healing and everyone he passes. It's probably going to stay up anyway.
Yeah, exactly right. There isn't anything for Imperial Fist to fall back and shoot or fall back and charge, is there? So these two
No.
Invictus have essentially been locked down, locked down from doing anything in the next turn. But the best thing they could probably do is just stand there and shoot into that combat, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the problem is if you do that though, you're basically waiting there because you're going to be food for the beasts and the GUO next turn if you do that.
That's very
So it's either do you stay there and do you fight because that Lord of Change is not going to die.
No, he's not.
You know,
But at the same time, that Lord of Change is such a fatty base that he's blocking the next fatty base. He's blocking up the movement for the Great Unclean One as well. And the Great Unclean One doesn't move very fast. So if I was Hayden, I would halve the move on the Great Unclean One, which would stop the beasts getting past. Unless beasts can go through walls now. In which case, it's a moot point. No, moot point. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never heard of me. Then I suppose the best thing you could do then is use the impulsor that he's got down there, unload from the impulsor and use the impulsor to block off from the right-hand side of that Lord of Change and just stop the beast getting around his flank, I guess. But
So
at the same time, you also last Intercessor has been taken down.
Yeah, he failed morale.
Oh, that's rough.
what was that? Sorry.
That last Intercessor has failed morale, and he decided he didn't want to be here anymore.
Rip.
So that was rough. He must have rolled a 5 or a 6 twice because their leadership 8 and he lost 4 of them.
Yeah.
So that is real rough.
What's the CP like, Ben?
So Dan's got 7 and Hayden's got 6.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about where I expected it to be.
I guess the play here will be to double ship the Thunderfire, to Tremor Shell both units of beasts, and then to put the Impulsor up next to the Lord of Change.
Yeah, it is.
Keep those Invictors safe, even if you have to fall back with the one that's almost dead.
It looks like we're getting a full commitment here to the Lord of Change. Looks like he's pulled out his Bike Captain and his what looks to be his Tech Marine as well behind the Invictus. Naturally, one of those, the Tech Marine's going to come up and he's going to heal that Invictor. But yeah, 100%. I think he puts that that Impulsor up to block his kind of right-hand side of that combat. And yeah, the Tremor Shell into 2 units of Beast is a big deal. They only move 7 inches, 6 inches?
5, I believe.
Yeah, they're pretty slow.
Yeah, that's a huge deal. And then halving their charge as well, they won't make combat. Not at all. But in saying that, maybe he does the math now, realizes those big bases, if he halves the movement, those big bases don't actually clear the wall, and he has to stay on the other side. And if he has to do that, there's no way he makes that charge, because it'll actually be unpassable.
Did the Lord of Change take any win?
Yes, it did. I'll check.
I'm gonna guess he took 6. 2 wins got through.
6 is a big deal.
Yeah, 6 is a big deal, but I'm gonna guess he took 6.
Yeah, Tremor Shells is a huge deal.
Tremor Shells will
slow units like this.
Yeah, Tremor Shells is Hayden's bread and butter. Is the best thing he has going for him now in this matchup.
The Lock lost 7 wounds.
Interesting to see the Storm Ravens one of the Storm Ravens has essentially bailed from the combat and he's come back into
Talons,
the bottom right hand corner. Sorry?
Storm Talons, buddy.
What did I say?
Ravens.
Storm Ravens. Whatever.
I reckon he's using the Storm Talons and the Impulses to block out the Bloodletters.
Yeah, 100% they would. Yeah.
Or actually,
100%.
that would make sense if you didn't just do that.
Just do that. Maybe he's
suppose-
conceding this. Maybe he's going to concede this right-hand middle objective, pull that Impulsor back to the bottom right-hand corner one,
No,
and he's going to consolidate it.
Sorry, I think the blue Impulse is going to move up to replace that Storm Talon.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's getting the guys out to cover the back behind the containers.
Yeah, doing that just concedes that center of the board though, because even if he Tremor Shells those beasts, they just move out of the way, and the Bloodletters drop in there, right? Well, that's how I see this going.
So he is unloading the Impulsor. I think you're right. He's about to scoot that in. Yep, he's taking the place. He should be trying to. Hopefully, he's trying to keep those intercessors really safe because he is going to 100% need those later in the game. He's measuring out where his.
Well, you gotta remember he's got the pod to come in as well. Remember?
Yeah,
That's very true.
That could be his little bit of a forward element there. He drops the pod like really right in the middle, dead center.
Dropped it top right hand corner, very top right hand corner.
That's interesting.
What do Hayden have again? Sorry.
There's what have again? Sorry.
What are Hayden's secondaries?
Hayden had grind them down.
While we stand
we
engage.
fight. Okay, so he's playing for engage then.
Yeah, but is an interesting thing there. Has he actually got line of sight on anything from that position?
No.
That's really interesting from Hayden. I guess he's just been like, hey, this is actually just a bad unit. This game, I'm just not. Yeah.
Has he actually deployed them there, or has he just put the models there?
They're deployed, yeah, Duck. They're deployed.
I would have. I would have deployed them so they at least had vision on the flamers.
Man,
I feel like
I'd be shooting them at
I feel like
something.
he just turns the flames around and he kills them next turn.
He's bringing
like
the
they all die.
cowardice into the middle to try and get a charge onto the beasts, I think, to actually zone out as much as possible with... Oh, no.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good plan.
He's brought the cowardice down on the bottom right-hand objective to charge the Nurglings in the L by the Impulsor.
Of course. I was wondering what that Impulsor was doing there, because it actually did move. It probably just did a charge move. So yeah, that's actually a good plan. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen him use that grav pod, because it does have relevant shooting versus those flamers. What do they got? They got 12. Is it 16 shots? So 3. They got 12 shots, or is there 4 shots each? They're 4 shots each, aren't they?
Yes.
So 16 shots that are going to hit on 4's, wound on 3's against the flamers. That's relevant damage on top of a storm bolter and a bolter on the sergeant. Of course, one of those is double shooting and with +1 from the signum. So yeah, he could have done some real damage to that unit.
You only have to do a couple really to make that unit, not that important.
Yeah, not that scary anymore. Exactly right. Especially when that's one of the only units that can engage with your Storm Ravens. Storm Talons. Goddamn, Adam. And Simon's absolutely right. The best thing about Hayden is his sparkly personality. He's just such a bubbly individual.
Well, I'm going to go have a look at the other top tables, guys. I'll be back in a sec.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, man.
So obviously the Storm Talon on the top left is there for engage. So Hayden's going to get his max engage this turn, which is good.
Yep.
I just don't understand why the Grav devs aren't shooting something.
No, me too. Yeah.
He's contributing to the fight.
Exactly right. I'm exactly the same. I've got no idea why he hasn't put them into place to get some value from them.
If this was the plan, surely you deploy the Grav devs and you just put the pod up in the air and you drop the pod in the back of the field and
exactly right.
That to get engaged.
Exactly right. You deploy exactly perfectly said, mate. Because they would have been shooting last turn as well. They got 36-inch range, don't they? They could shoot last turn. Or is it 24?
I think it's 20. I think it's 24. But still, it's just Akka.
So I'm assuming he's of the opinion he's got a Storm Raven, Storm Talon in the bottom right hand corner. His only real target is to shoot into those flamers.
And the Impulsor should do some damage to them at least.
Yeah, I'm assuming that he's betting on that, but I wouldn't be taking the chances with having a unit like that. Just jumping around my backfield next turn.
Does Hayden have a unit on that bottom right objective? It looks like there's something sitting in that ruin, but it's kind of hard to see there.
I would assume he did. I mean, it'd be a huge. There is a single model on that. There's a brown base.
Yeah, I can't tell what they are.
I can't tell what it is either. Fucking Storm Talon, Adam 2020. Put on a t-shirt, guys. Put on a mug. Yeah, the quote of the year. Oh, it should be fucking 2020 by Storm Talon. We've got some shots coming in, missed bits and pieces. Looks like he's got 5 saves to make there. I wonder what he's shooting at. I'm assuming this would be flamers. Unless it's... So I assume the Storm Raven... Fucking Storm Talon. Good god damn it. I'm going to write Storm Talon on the back of my hand. Is the one on the top is going to be finishing off that single beast?
I would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully it's either withering down... withering down some other beasts or it's going into some Nurglings. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't get attrition turn 1, did he?
He didn't kill anything turn 1. He didn't kill a full unit, did he?
No, he didn't. And yeah, George, I'm pretty sure that single model is the one on the brown base. That is the Calexis, so the Cowardice Assassin. And he's probably it looks like he's given up going for those Nurglings. So there is a unit of 3 Nurglings. The rightmost impulse, there's a unit of 3 Nurglings in that L that have tapped. Oh no, sorry. Is there? Oh, I thought there was, but I'll get Benno to confirm when he gets back.
There's a unit of 3 Nurglings on the same objective the Lord of Change is on.
Yep. So there's 3 into 3 Nurglings, and I can't see what the third one is. I think Benno told us before it's actually in combat with that Impulsor, the red and yellow one.
I thought he was saying it was where the Grand and Clean one is hugging that wall on the other side of the L.
You could be right, actually. There we go.
Middle right objective is the Flamers, yes.
Yeah, correct, George. We haven't seen I haven't seen a single model being picked up yet, so I'm not quite sure where all this shooting is going. Unless this is the Invictus shooting into the combat. We still don't know how many wounds this Lord of Change took in his turn. It took shit. That's actually pretty significant.
Very relevant, yes.
That's more than I thought he'd take.
100%, man. I thought he might take 3.
Yeah,
but yeah, it means he's right for the picking though, because if he takes a couple more from shooting and then, like I said, the same combat again, there's a very good chance Lord of Change goes down here, and if that happens, that'll be a huge swing.
Yeah, looks like we're having some Nurglings being picked up. I wonder what was shooting at those. There isn't.
Could be the Storm Talon on the top of the board.
Yeah, it could be the Storm Talon.
Trying to get some obstac off that objective.
Yeah, it looks like he's still got 1 left from that unit. I'm surprised he didn't go for the beast. Still weird he didn't go for the beast. So
I suppose maybe he's just thinking that the Great Unclean One's so far away from it, it's not going to get any back, so he can afford to leave it for the time being and get it later on.
or he's got his Thunderfire lined up for it,
Yeah, true. Well, I'd be looking to pick that up later on in the game when I can get grind them down from it. Because if I'm Hayden right now, I'm probably thinking that I'm going to get grind them down this turn regardless if I kill that beast or not.
Yeah,
so maybe he's just saving it later on for a kill later in the game.
Yeah, we're both pretty confused about why he's chosen to put his grab up there and not have them at least shoot. Looks like we've got Invictus shots coming into the Lord of Change now. Looks like he has taken some wounds. Widdly Fingerbang. That's a good name. Weird choice to take the Calidus over the Colossus for this match. Could have used the Strat to swap. Yeah, I agree. I think the Colossus would have made a bigger impact on this game, but I think Hayden knows he needs all his CP this one. Already spending 2 pre-game means starting a fair few down, seeing as he spends a few for extra Waller traits, super Tech Marine and things like that. Dropping another 2 CP pretty much means he can't afford to double Tremor Shell more than like 1 turn of the game. And I'm pretty sure that's his key play here.
Unpopular opinion, I might have gone the Eversaw.
You maniac. Well, mind you, the Eversaw right now, there is a whole flank of the table where an Eversaw would run rampant, wouldn't it?
Yeah, very true. But obviously that's, look, you're right. The Calidus is probably the smart choice in some ways, but the Colexus also offers, quite a lot of, cool options here. The Colexus is very good shooting into the lock as well.
Yeah, hugely amazing. And on top of that, the -2 for all those buffs, whether he tries to go for Miasma or Revolting Resilient or whatever it is, would be amazing.
Yeah, Revolting Resiliency, Exalted Power, so it's just Miasma.
But, what's the other power the Great Unclean One has then?
I believe. Let me just.
Fleshy Abundance. That's the one I was thinking of.
That's the heal D3 wounds.
Heal. Yeah, that's not hugely relevant unless he can heal the Lord of Change, in which case that would be bonkers. But I don't think he can.
And
I think it's Nurgle Demons.
What was that? So, no, it's Nurgle Demons only. You're correct.
Yeah. Yeah, the Calidus with no invuln saves and flat 2 damage is actually pretty good against Nurglings. Yeah, look, there was Nurglings underneath that, by the way.
I was wrong. I'm man enough to admit it.
This time. We'll see about next time.
I'm just very rarely wrong, Adam.
You're just blessed. We've got some more DACA coming in. So for the sum total this term, we've had 2 bases of Nurglings picked up from the unit in the left-hand L. We've had 1 base picked up from the right-hand L. I haven't seen anything else being picked up apart from some more wounds being added to the Lord of Change.
Yeah, well, look, that's obviously priority right now, right? Like getting that Lord of Change down is pretty important.
Well, so technically, that Lord of Change has lost a minimum of 8 wounds now. So how many has he got left? He's got 8 left, yeah.
They have. I think they got 18. No, they've got 16.
They got 16, yeah. So he's got 8 left. He's half dead. He's in combat with 2 more Invictus. He's going to get charged by possibly a Tech Marine and his Smash Captain on a bike as well. There's actually decent odds he pulls him down this turn.
Bear in mind, he does have the Impossible reroll for when he gets close to being killed. So that is still important.
Yeah, still very relevant.
I'm back, boys.
Could you tell us how many wounds the lock has taken? It just took a few more.
Yeah, 1 sec. Dan, what's the lock on? How many wounds the lock on?
6 left. So
He's lost 10, so 6 left.
Beautiful. I reckon it dies.
I reckon it dies, man. I reckon it's gone. He's got a Thunderhammer Captain and 2 Invictus in combat with it. So there's 8 attacks just from the Invictus, and then it's going to be another 6 attacks from the. Yeah, he's gonna have 14 Thunderhammer attacks essentially coming in on him. I think odds are he goes down. What's the tale of the tables, mate? Tell us what's going on in the other games.
So that Admech list puts out a lot of damage, so it's a hard game for him. It's all, you never know with Eric though. Aaron and Luke on table 3, so Luke is the 5th player undefeated at the moment. Looks like it's going Luke's way, just lots of ruins and Astral Aim hurts.
Yeah.
And then we've got...
Yep.
No, you go.
Looks like we've made combat that the captain has just made it in. Looks like he's going straight to the attacks on the captain as well. 4 attacks, 5 attacks. I was pretty sure he had 6. He had Imperium Sword, didn't he? Or is it the Tech Marine he's got that? So how many saves has he made that lock take? Looks like 5 saves. He's failed 3 by the looks of it. That would be a deadlock unless he uses his reroll. Actually, it's a deadlock anyway.
Well, no, because
No,
he has the 6++ from the pain.
And he has
of course.
he's re-rolled one with a CP as well.
Mhm.
So I think he's
So-
still up.
So then he's 0-6, feel no pains.
No, he only took 4 there. I don't know how he took 4. What does 2 damage?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Wait, what weapons did Captain got? Sorry, I thought it was a Thunderhammer.
I thought it was Thunderhammer as well.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It is. Yeah, it is a Thunderhammer.
No, so
Storm
he took six of the aura mutability saves, passed 1, and that healed a wound as well. So instead it goes
So
from
he's
6
got
to
2
4.
wins. He's got 2
Doesn't
wins left.
that heal
Yeah.
at the end of the phase though, or am I incorrect there?
I think it's every time you pass the save, but I'm not sure.
I was under the impression. I'm just going to check that.
That's every time he passes a save, he gets a wound back. But I wasn't sure. I was pretty sure he wasn't rolling a 1 less dice.
Unless he healed 1 back at the end of the shooting phase.
Oh, true. Yeah. Then yeah, that makes sense. So Locke is gonna fight next.
No, it's sorry. It's right. It's after a unit has finished making all of its attacks. So
He'll heal it
if
once.
he-
Yeah.
yeah, but if he took 6, he would die, and then he would heal the wound back.
No,
So
because when he passes he takes 6 saves,
Yeah.
passes the 1, so he's on 1 wound. Then the attack finishes, he heals back up to 2.
But what I'm saying is he only rolled 4 dice. It looked like he was taking 4 feel no pain saves, which
Yeah.
is why I was a bit confused. But
That's
Oh,
all good.
okay.
Again, we must just be misinterpreting what's exactly going on.
Yeah, so the lock's hitting that damaged.
Invicta, the
Invicta
one
now?
with the blue dice next to it. Yep. He should probably be. He's hitting on 4s or 5s here, so I doubt much is going to go down.
No, I don't think
He's
so.
got 3 hits, 1 wound. That looks like a failed save.
Yeah, 3 damage.
3 damage. Still not dead. This Invictus fighting back. 4 attacks. He'll be re-rolling everything thanks to the Chapter Master. It looks like he's got 4 hits. Or 3 hits. Winning on 3s. Be re-rolling 1 from the Eye of Hypnoth. 3 wounds. Let's see if this locket can stay up. I can see at least 1 fail there. Yeah, there was 1 fail there. And he's only rolled 2 dice for his Feel No Pains.
Because has he got the neg 1 Warlord trait? Neg
Oh,
1
I 1
damage.
damage, of course, Imperial
That's
form.
exactly why he rolled 4
That's
for the 3
all
Thunderhammer
4.
attacks.
Yeah, it's
there we
all
go.
become clear. Alright, so it looks like he's got another 3 wounds going through. 4 wounds going through. And I can't really tell. I think he's going to CP reroll 1. He's impossible robe rerolling. He's passed it. He's got 2 fails.
No,
Still
he's
got
gone.
1
Lock's
fail.
gone. Lock's gone.
He's gone,
So-
guys. That's big.
That's the first of the While We Stand We Fight units gone.
Yep.
But it does look like Hayden's going to lose one of those Invictors, so it's probably going to be pretty even on that front.
Yeah, but I do think, I'm just going to say right now, I think the Demon player needs the lock more than Hayden needs 1 Invicta. I think that's...
I'm purely talking score point of view, right?
Of course, yeah.
That's just, it's one of the While We Stand We Fight units gone.
Yeah, so unfortunately, the damaged Invicta is not one of the while we fight.
Ooh.
Oh, that is a lucky turn of events.
Questionable decision from Dan there, because he
Well,
really he had his choice of which one he fought.
Hayden positioned it quite well. He put the one that wasn't important slightly forward, so that copped the smites. So I think Dan was
Smites,
just
yeah.
trying to take something off the field.
But if the lock started from that sort of top left-hand corner, it actually really had its pick of which
Yeah,
way it went.
it could have gone behind the area terrain, couldn't it? And it would have easily been into the one that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, again, perhaps a misplay, perhaps it was just, again, we obviously don't have the same measurements the players have got, so perhaps Hayden just did a really good job there of making it impossible for him to do what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
But it feels like it could have been a slight misplay.
Yeah, we'll probably have a chat with him afterwards and see if that's something he intended or if it was just, off
Yeah,
the
I'll probably
cuff.
get both of them on afterwards.
Actually, we'll notice there are 2 flamers missing from that rightmost squad.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
gonna
they
assume
topped
that
the
was the-
Eradicators. There's some Eradicators in the bottom right-hand
That's
ruin.
what it is. That's what it is there. Matt, you were trying to figure out what was in that ruin.
Yeah.
That's some crappy shooting by Eradicators, but I do suppose they have a 4+ invuln on flamers, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's not surprising.
So
Alright, we've got some consolidates.
Could
Is
we
it-
get a...
start of turn 2, sorry, Dan is up 5 on primary, so he got the 15, Duck got 10. Duck's got 5 secondaries and Dan's got 6 secondaries, so Dan's a little bit ahead at the moment, but it's still early doors.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
obviously he's already down 5 from where we stand with one of those units going down. So, yeah, it's pretty even, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared for Hayden now. He's left his left flank a little bit exposed to a bloodletter bomb. If they could go in and get that charge, they clean up a captain and possibly one, if not maybe even two Invictus if they fight twice. So it looks like he's rolled his advance with the Nurglings. He wants to try and get on that bottom left-hand objective because the only obsec left for Hayden, and this might be what costs him the game, is the fact he's got 5 intercessors on his back board edge. That's the only obsec he has left. So I'd be heavily targeting.
Doing exactly what you just said, Adam. Those Nurglings are on their objective.
They're going to scoot straight past. Yeah, exactly
Did
right.
Hayden tremor?
He did. Both units of beasts are tremored.
Yeah, cool. That's what I thought was going to happen. That's a very good decision.
So one of the 5-man units got cleaned up by the Storm Talon, so that last guy is now dead. And then you've got a 4-man squad and the 8-man squad. So the Bell brought some Nurglings back, I think, but didn't work on the beasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're both tremored.
So Hayden's killed 2 units for grinding them down. So if Dan wants to stop him from getting that, he's going to have to bring the bloodletters on, I would think, to try and get to get 2 units of his own back here.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if he does use his bloodletter bomb this turn. There actually is pretty good merit to holding it one more turn. I think.
Sorry, did Hayden kill 3? Did he? No, he didn't kill the unit of Nurglings, did he?
He killed 1 unit of Nurgling with the cowardice. Oh no, he didn't get them all. He didn't get them all. Sorry.
Okay, didn't get them all. Right.
You only killed 1 unit that turn. Just the big unit of.
He killed 2. You got the beast and the lock.
Oh, beast and the lock. Yeah. But yeah.
So. Yeah, if I'm Dan, I'm bringing my bloodletters on here to make sure that I don't give away, grind them down.
Yeah, that's fair. That's actually a big deal. There is a lot of options for where that unit could go. Yeah, would you go headhunting? Would you go straight for his warlord, the captain on the bike, Maddie? You're best here at talking bloodletter bombs.
You can't really go anywhere else because there's just stuff in the way everywhere else.
Just to update on secondaries, Duck did his slightly wrong. He couldn't take while we stand and grind them down. It's the same category, so he switched it back to deploy scramblers. So that's maybe what the drop pod grab we're doing.
That makes sense.
Wait, sorry, it's deploy scramblers instead of while we stand, or instead of grind them down.
Instead of grind them down.
Okay, good.
Okay, that's
good. I like that a lot better. Grind them down, I thought was a poor choice. Playing into Nurgle demons, I think that's just being too bold. So, but scramblers, that means he has done his opponent's deployment zone. He can do his own deployment zone whenever he likes, with either the eradicators or the intercessors.
That does make more sense.
It does make a lot more sense. A lot more sense.
So, but from my mind, then what I'd be thinking is, why is that drop pod so far back in the deployment zone? Why isn't it closer to the center so we could move those devs up, get it in the middle of the board, and then actually start shooting and contribute from turn 3. It just seems like he's not getting the best use out of that unit. But
so he's just fallen. See what he's just done there. He's had 1 Nurgling left in combat with the Impulsor. He's just fallen back from the Impulsor.
The cowardice is there as well. So the cowardice is just inside that L behind the Impulsor.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he made his charge with the cowardice.
Yep. So
nice.
It kind of fluffed, killed the Nurgling. And then the other Nurglings moved back round to the objective to take it off that Impulsor, and the Flamers have moved forward to take the bottom right-hand corner objective off the Eradicators.
The Eradicators. Yeah, look, he will get that one back between the Storm Talon and the Eradicators.
He's got some scoring primary next turn, though.
Yeah, it does. But honestly, those Flamers should be dead.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be there. I think that'll be a frustrating thing for Hayden, maybe on rewatching, knowing he could have picked them up. The Plague Bears look like they're coming out to play. Yes. They're going to be making a play for the middle of the table. And I do expect that Bloodletter Bomb to come down to the left of the Beast of Nurgle and go for a charge literally onto that. So that cluster of characters, the 2 Invictors and the Warlock on the bike, those 4 things represent the most killy and synergistic elements of Hayden's entire army. If 2 or 3 of those elements get picked up this turn, Hayden's going to be in a really bad spot.
Yeah, if he can use the Great and Clean one to kill that wounded, even smite out that wounded Invictor, because it's only got 1 wound left, I think, and he's got the Rend the Flesh to hope maybe get lucky and get a super smite. I mean, if it has got 1 wound left, he only needs a normal smite, but and then bring the letters in to clean up the characters and maybe even tag those Eradicators in the bottom left-hand corner, and then sweep up into the middle to take those 2 objectives. And
So George, what's happening? So what's happening with the Plague Bearers? The Plague Bearers are moving up. They're going to charge. They're going to wrap the Calidus, yeah, and he's going to stay in spread across 2 objectives for the entire game because the Calidus cannot kill our way out of a wet pepper bag, especially not against Plague Bearers. So I think that's a really good play by Dan if he can pull it off. If you guys can see where the Calidus is, they've just placed her on the top level, just probably for our viewing pleasure.
just behind the red and yellow impulsor.
Yeah, if he can wrap the Calidus on the bottom floor with the Plague Bearers, and they can straddle those 2 objectives, those are the 2 safest objectives in the game. You will never get them back.
Well, the Calidus has actually got a pretty good profile for killing Plague Bearers because it's got no invo and it's 2 damage, so it just won't get through the number.
Yeah, he won't get through the numbers. She just doesn't have the quantity of attacks to get through those anytime soon.
Yeah, Hayden really needed to have taken a few of those Plague Bearers away for that to look likely of trading up in the next couple of turns.
But the Plague Bearers still got -1 to hit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I suppose if you're still killing, 3 every assault phase.
And here come the Bloodletters, boys.
You might have ground them down enough to, to force them off one of the objectives with coherency.
So if this turn goes, I think this is the crux turn, guys. I think this is the money-making turn for Dan. If Dan can get the work done this turn, I feel like he's in a pretty good place to roll up this game. But it's literally like if these Bloodletters fail to charge, I think Dan's cooked. I don't know about you guys. I think he's actually pretty baked if he doesn't make this charge. Or if he makes this charge and Hayden transhumans and doesn't die with the captain, because then he doesn't make the Invictor. Or he taps the Invictor, but between the Invictor and the captain shooting into combat and then fighting twice, he could lose all the Bloodletters.
Yeah, and if he doesn't tap all those those 4 models you're talking about before, that Tech Marine can turn around and hold those Nurglings up. If those Nurglings are free to move next turn, then they're in combat with the Thunderfire Cannon, and that's not good. Then the Beast can start moving properly, and
So I'm interested to see if Hayden makes use of his Tech Marine Gunner. When I was playing Triple Thunderfires, I used to always get a hell of a lot of mileage out of my Tech Marine Gunners to do things like this. When people came to try and tap him, your Tech Marine Gunner, he's got a Plasma Cutter, he's got a frag grenades, crack grenades, he's got a Flamer. He just comes around, he just does a little bit of pinch hitting damage, charges in, and then with his 2 Thunderhammer attacks plus his axe or chainsword, he can do some work. So if I was Hayden, I'd let the Tech Marine Gunner take care of those 2 units of Nurglings, those 2 Nurgling bases. That plus the Intercessors that are already at the backboard, I think they account for them pretty easily.
Yeah, it's just that 1 turn of stopping it shooting if they just tag the gun, because the Tech Marine's behind it, so you could potentially be within an inch of the gun itself and not be in heroic intervention range for the Tech Marine, the gunner.
Sorry, what was that?
So I think the way it's positioned, Dan can touch the gun with a Nurgling and not be in heroic or intervention range for the gunner.
That's rough. Yeah, that'd be a good play by Dan if he can pull it off. So Bloodletters are down. There was nothing else in reserve for Dan, was there?
No, everything's down now. Nothing left for either player.
Yep, easy. Only regret is those devs aren't contributing, not doing anything. It's an expensive package to have do literally nothing in the game. So what is it?
Playing Scramblers?
120. So it's 120 for the devs, and then what is it for the pod?
It's almost 200 points total.
68. Yeah, so it's 188 points for that. To just not do anything really. Yeah, it is fair enough. If he's going to get 10 points out of it for the Scramblers, and he's going to be getting 3 points for engaging all fronts as well, because he's going to have that quarter forever now. There's nothing that he can do to turn around and go and kill a drop pod with what's on that side of the board.
I don't think.
But then I think
anything.
I think
what.
Well, he has got the Raven.
Oh, he's got
the Talon.
Yeah.
Why am I struggling with this so much? All right, Chaos Guru? Tell me a story. What is the play here? What powers are you going for? What's going to happen?
Well, if the Invictor's got 1 win left, you smite. That's all that really matters. You've lost your Gaze of Fate, so you're banking on getting your. He's just charged.
He's just charged. That means he didn't.
It has not smitten.
It's not smitten him, but it looks like he's made. It looks like he's might have gone into engagement range of the captain as well. It doesn't look like he did actually. Yep, he's gone to engage range of all 3.
Yeah, he's based all 3.
Yep.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Well, if the Bloodletter charge fails here, then he's doing the
Fleshy Abundance.
The impact hits.
Yeah.
So that Invicta's just taken a wound, but it hasn't died.
It
So
can't have
must
been. It
more
can't
than
have been
one
one left. Yeah. To my mind, I think he's got 2 left. I think he's got a 6 and a 4 there. And he had taken 9.
So the Flamers have just charged the Eradicators.
Yeah, that's ballsy.
He's got 4 left apparently.
4 left.
okay,
Yeah,
well,
he's healthy, man. He's healthy Invicta. Healthy baby boy.
Oh, he would have been on 1, and the Tech Marine would have auto healed 3.
Of course, because he's super Tech Marine. Yeah.
Bloodletter's made
So
a
this
charge
is
on the
the
captain.
big charge.
Just
Here it
about.
is.
Yeah, 1 there. Is that a fail?
No,
he
they made it.
Oh, I saw a 1 in the middle, and I was like, oh.
No, that's a 6 in the
What's-
middle, I think.
What's
okay.
the
It rolled a 10.
How much CP has Duck got? Please tell me he's got 2.
1.
All right. So you just save that for a nah, he's dead. It doesn't matter.
Well,
The
no.
captain's dead.
The captain is dead, but he's very unlikely to have been within 12 of that Invicta as well,
No,
I
he
think.
just declared the
So-
captain.
Yeah.
Just the captain. So he's going to trade here, but he's probably going to get to kill these Bloodletters back in retaliation.
Oh, for sure he will. Yeah.
And the GUO is not going to kill 2 Invictors.
No.
So they'll pile in, but he'll be able to fall back here, fly the Storm Talon over, and between that and the T-Fire, he'll be able to kill those Bloodletters in retaliation.
Yeah, for sure.
Dan,
Yeah.
I don't actually know if Dan is trading up here.
Yeah, I don't know if he is either. But I honestly don't know what else he could have done with the Bloodletters. That's literally the only reason I was thinking maybe he wants to hold the Bloodletters. He's not going to get a hell of a lot of them attacking either, to be honest. Just thinking about this, they're on 32s, aren't they? Or they're on 25s.
Yeah, they are on 32s.
Yeah, he's only going to get like maybe he gets 8 of them to attack. If Duck like goes Duck mode and just decides not to fail any 3+ invulns, this could be.
Nah, dude, the captain's dying.
I'm pretty sure he's dead. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead. But if he does, no.
Flamers have charged the Eradicators in the bottom right-hand corner, and
Yeah.
the Plague Bearers have just made contact with the Cowardice in the middle.
It doesn't look like he's going for a wrap. He might not have made a big enough charge. Just using it for the movement.
Duck also doesn't have 2 CP for breakout, which was what was suggested by the chat before.
Yeah, he only had 1 CP, couldn't do it.
So
And that's because the weight of CP he has to use to make sure the base stay irrelevant. I was talking about that before. It's like a 3 CP tax every turn to make the beast stay irrelevant, which Duck can't do next turn. So we're going to see some beast action.
Yeah, with Tremor Shells and Suppressive Fire.
yeah, so look, it's this is going pretty interestingly. It's definitely not over. There's definitely
God, no.
play.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to call this one too early, but there's definitely a lot going on here. I assume the captain and the 1 Invicta goes down here.
Mhm.
It's pretty likely, but I think Duck's going to kill a lot back in retaliation.
To be fair, to be
Yeah,
honest, I think
I
more
agree.
importantly, Duck's getting 0 for primary at the start of
Yeah.
his next turn, where I think
Yeah.
Dan's going to get 15.
So the difference, yeah, that is the difference here. I always thought Dan was going to win the primary in this mission simply because literally Duck has 10 obsec models versus 40, 50 or whatever Dan's got. But all I thought that meant was that Dan was going to lean, so Duck was going to lean so heavily into scoring every single secondary point he's got. And that look, technically that's what he's doing. He's wasted 200 points of his army to make sure he gets max points every turn on engaging all fronts and his scramblers. So maybe there is some merit to the way he's playing here. He's only playing for the secondary, but man, he can't let Dan max his primary next turn because technically Dan can max his primary. In turn 4, yeah. Because what right now he's on what?
15 from turn 2.
15. Yeah,
And he's
and
probably
he'll be
going
on
to
15 turn 3.
Yep.
Yeah. Rough. Yeah.
I don't.
So all right. We did the over under on the Death Company killing Magnus. What's the over under on the Bloodletters killing this captain, Matt? I mean, he's dead as shit, yeah. We agree. He's dead as shit.
95.
I'm not sure.
The sports Morrisoli sports bet it's 95 to 1.
Well,
that he
he's
makes
gonna-
it out of this.
Well, I'll take that bet with 1, and I'll take the 95 because I think he only just took 2 wounds.
What's he got?
the fuck?
He's got.
Well, so
the
he's
Feel
on
No
a
Pain,
bite.
And
Oh, he's got feeling pain. What?
I think he's got Feel No Pain. He's got 2 Warlord traits. He's got the extra CP and another one. The Sentinel.
He's got adamantine mantle, hand of dawn,
That's extra
sentinel's
CP.
terror, stubborn heroism.
Yeah, so the Adamantine Mantle gives him a 5 up Feel No Pain.
Yep.
and he's got the Storm Shield, so he's got a 3 up, 5 up.
So they're hitting him on 3s, wounding him on 4s because they're strength 5 on the charge, he's toughness 5. And then he's going to have a 3 up, 5 up. Grand Claremont did just take down that Invicta, by the way.
He did, yes. It is not the one for While We Stand We Fight, though, so...
Yeah.
Again, clever positioning on Duck's part.
He has based the other one. So, does Duck still have the resources left to kill his Great Unclean One? I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Yeah, it's got a 4 up Invo and a 4 up Feel No Pain, I think, that one.
Has he got a 4 up Invuln as well, or has he just been Warp Surging?
I think it's Warp Surge, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dan's still got 4 CP, so still enough to...
Well, he's probably going to fight twice and try and kill this captain.
Yeah, he probably fights twice, yeah.
I imagine. After doing 2 wounds to it in the first round, and there's not much space to move more guys in to hit again, I don't know whether it would be worth it.
Yeah, we didn't pick up on the.
I reckon you really want to kill it.
If I was Dan, I'd do it.
I definitely would want to kill it, but I don't know whether it'd be worth the 3 CP to do another 2 wounds to it. Like,
well, I'm just not sure what
from where I'm standing, you're going to lose this Bloodletter Bomb next turn. I think you've got to get something for it. I know it's a lot of CP.
Well, I
but,
think the captain is wrapped between the Great and Clean One, so I don't think he's going to be able to shoot it.
Doesn't it?
It's a bike.
No, he's on a bike, mate.
Oh, it's
and
on
he
a bike.
doesn't have the CP for Desperate Breakout left either. So
Gotcha.
I thought he said had 1 left.
Yeah,
He's about to go. He's about to go.
Oh, yeah, I'll
left.
go up to 2. Yeah.
Yeah, he could do it. I would if I was him as well.
Risky business because you wouldn't re-roll, get that 1, just kill him for you.
Yeah. You do it anyway. If I was Duck, I'd be like, he shouldn't have survived. He should be dead. So, much of a muchness. Got some misc Eradicators. Looks like an Eradicator got picked up.
Yeah, by the Flamers in shooting.
That's surprising. Oh, in shooting. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then it's been
In
a
combat, I would have been...
stalemate in combat there, so no casualties on either side.
Yeah, that's what I pretty much expect there. So some things of relevance here. We've got 3 Eradicators sitting down to the back left-hand corner of the board for Mr. Walduck. He can move and advance through that wall and get some shots onto the Great Unclean One if the Great Unclean One isn't in combat with that Captain and Invicta next turn. And seeing as he might not be able to make much difference there if the Captain is locked, maybe
that
there's
Captain's
Invicta
just
there
hit the
as
Great
well.
Unclean One for 15 points of damage before yeah, Dan failed all 5 of his 5-ups, but it looks like he's passed 9 wounds from the Captain after the Feel No Pain, so some pretty horrific rolls from Dan there.
How many did he take?
9.
Kill him. Just kill him now. Go all in. Charge the techie in.
Wow.
Charge everything you got. If
Well,
you
the
can pull
Invicta's
this guy
still hitting
down-
it as well, so...
Oh man, that is insane.
So 4 saves from the Invicta. That's slightly
Oh,
Dan
oof.
past 1.
Oof, that's 9 saves. Is that?
Yeah, 9
Yeah,
saves
that's
on
9
a 4
4
up.
pluses.
So if he fails all these, he's dead.
Yeah, he does. He fails all these 4 pluses. Yeah,
He won't fail all of them, but
He won't fail.
wow.
but yeah,
That's
wow.
huge.
He is not the hearty boy we thought he was. Look like he
He's
failed.
down to 3 wounds.
Oh, he's gonna die to
4
Invicta
wounds, sorry.
shooting next turn.
4
He
wounds,
is
sorry.
just dead. Wow. That is a huge turn in this game. That is a While We Stand We Fight as well. So he's going to be, most likely, he's taking 10 points off of Dan's final score. Holy shit, that's a big deal. Yeah, my god, that's a big deal. I think the only fighting we got left here would be the Impulsor going whack or the Calidus going whack. Someone just went wah. But man, what a turn in this game. I would have thought that... So the 2 invincible... For those saying... I think George was saying there are a lot of demon naysayers. I think the demon naysayers are really dropping off. I think there are far fewer demon naysayers these days. But look at
Can you
their
change
2...
that to deploy for me?
Look at those 2 invincible greater demons that we thought. A lot of change with literally every possible defensive buff you can have. Went down in 2 combats to 2 Invictus and a Captain, Smash Captain. And now this Great Unclean One looks like it's going to be doing exactly the same thing. So while these things are off their guts resilient, the game is still super killer, guys. The game is still a crazy amount of damage being pumped out every turn.
Yeah,
But
especially with
as
Marines.
Dev's walking towards the middle of the board, they probably should have just deployed further up. I still think they could have deployed.
What's this?
the devs walking towards the middle of the board now.
Yeah,
So they've walked
yeah.
up. The pod could have dropped where they are now, and they could have been
Exactly
in the middle
right.
of the board this
They
turn.
could have shot. They could have shot 2 turns already. Yeah.
So
And
what's
of course,
the play?
yeah, of course. And Dan passed like horrifically on his saves. But mind you, he chose not to. He chose not to warp surge. He has 4 CP. He could have warp surged.
I wouldn't be. I'd just
'cause
be
then
rolling it, man.
Then the captain can just hit the bloodletters instead.
Yeah, it's true. I'd be the same. I wouldn't have warp surged, but he did.
So-
He technically had a chance to.
So interestingly here, leaving the bloodletters in combat with the captain, they go to 1 attack each when they don't charge. So
Yeah.
they're a lot less important here. I wouldn't be charging anything into those bloodletters. I'd
Nah,
probably
you
be trying to let the captain tank this.
Yep. Captain
he's-
starts to tank it, and you go into the grand unclean one. Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Hayden, like I said, as much as, you know, he's been pushed off all these objectives, he is going to do a lot of damage here. I'm just worried that big unit of beasts is finally going to hit, and it's going to be problematic for him, I think.
Yeah.
Well, this is top of turn 3. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yes.
Hayden scored 0 points. I'll give you a proper score update at the start of turn 3 when Dan scores his primary, just so it's the same. But Hayden did score 0. So, and if you got to remember, if that Invicta doesn't shoot the Great and Clean one to death, he's going to be hitting first as well, because Dan gets first activation if no one charges into that combat.
Yep.
He will be fully degraded though.
Yeah. And he hits on 3's base or 2's base. Hits on
It's 2's
2's
base. So he goes
Sure,
for
he hits on
4s.
2's. He on 4s. And he did 0 wounds. He did 0 wounds to that Invicta. I'm sorry, he picked up the other one. Apologies.
Yeah, he
he
picked up
always
the other
attacked the other one.
His
Yeah.
attacks do degrade though. I believe he goes down to, I think, 4 attacks at bottom bracket. Let's have a look. Down to 3 attacks at bottom bracket.
Yeah, so there's 0. He can't actually kill that Invicta. There's 0 chance he can kill that Invicta. It's impossible on the math. But what? Yeah, that unit of 8. That unit of 8 beast is actually completely untouched. What would be so good right now is if he could charge an impulsor into the beasts or something.
What's
Actually, that would. Do you know what would have been
count?
sick?
Sorry.
Do you know what would have been sick, guys?
Dropping
When you hover
dropping the halberd, the Talons of Hover and charging both.
and charging both, yeah, that would have
What's-
been absolutely sick.
What's the CP count, Ben?
So Duck's got 2, Dan's got 4.
Yeah, you can't charge into the beast yet with the mortal wound straight at him.
Yeah, they die.
He's just going to kill the impulses if he does that.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought. Put an impulsor, get an impulsor to charge into the unit of 5 in front, the unit of 4 in front of you, and just to slow them down, and then put the Storm Raven. See where the green one is?
Yep.
See where the top left-hand beast is in that 8-man unit. If you were just to come 0.9 of an inch away from that one, he would lose a lot of beasts attacking. He'd attack with 4 beasts out of the 8. So you wouldn't get a hell of a lot of attacks into you, and you'd probably survive. And on top of that, you'd pull him away from where he wants to be.
That one you're talking about, Dan, Adam, also has only 1 wound left. So if he got lucky and killed it, the beast wouldn't be able to pile it in.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to pile in and hit at all.
But then Dan would just be like, oh, well, I guess I'm not piling in, and you've changed nothing in the status quo.
Yeah.
He would just
So-
move away from you.
It looks like Hayden's conceded his 4th corner for recon this turn.
He has, yeah, doesn't he?
Yeah, engage on all fronts.
That is interesting. I think he knows. Well, I think he's looking at it now. He's like, I can't tremor shell both of these units anymore. He can still tremor shell one of them. You can't tremor shell both. But I think he's looking at the fact that he does still have 2 Ravens, an Impulsor, and a Calidus on the right hand of the board. Plus the devs. Sorry, whatever. The 2 flyers. The 2 flyers now. And the devs. He can legitimately
Big unit's
still win the
been
right hand side of the board. He can legitimately still win the right hand side of the table.
Big
20
unit was
20
tremored, was that Ben?
Yeah, big unit just got tremored and 1 got killed.
Good call from Hayden.
But look at it like this, yeah? The right-hand side of the board has 20 wounds in Plague Bearers and 3 Nurgling bases. That's all that's holding that right side of the table.
And
The
3
other side of the
flames.
table,
And 3
Yeah, of course.
flamers and another Nurgling base, yeah.
yeah. But the other side of the table has, 40 wounds in Toughness 5, D-Yard, Crazy Yards Beasts?
No, it's actually more like 70 wounds. I know it's 4, what's that? 2, 4, 6, 7.
There's
11,
12 there, so 60.
55 wounds in beasts.
and just 20 bloodletters as well, so just to tap it off. So
And
I
the
think
snail.
Hayden's looking at it like, hey, I can legitimately win the right-hand side of the board. If I do a big switch over here, the Flamer should get picked up by one of the Talons. The other Talon, plus the Impulsor, plus some other mixed shooting, should half kill the Plague Bearers. And next turn, the Devs come around the side of the board. They could turn 4, he could have cleared this side of the table.
How many did the Calidus kill out of the Plague Bearers last turn? Or did it
1.
charge?
So
So
I'm gonna say
didn't
2.
get him below 20.
Optimistically. If you're looking for the list, Northwest, I will post those up now. George is all over it. We should just employ George as an admin
Thanks,
on
man.
the channel.
So yeah, this is becoming really, really interesting here.
This is a
I'm,
freaking awesome game.
yeah.
I mean, if the primary was closer, if the primary was closer right now, I'd be giving this game to Duck. But because the primary is going to look like it's going to be a big blowout, I'm
It's
thinking
going to be
Dan
30
might
to 10 at the start of
Yeah.
Dan's turn 3.
I've got a feeling Dan is going to win this on primary, but man, Duck is going for it. So yeah, Matt, what dies from Dan's this turn? I'm assuming the Grand Clermont goes down. I'm assuming the
Geo
Flame
goes down, Flamers go down, a
What
lot
else?
of those Plague Bearers go down. Yeah.
I
It's,
think the Great Cleveland survived the shooting.
yes, he did take a dice off it before, so I presume it did live.
And looks like we're getting some flames picked up. Notice there that unit of Nurglings that was in front of Hayden's home bottom left objective, they're gone as well.
Yeah, they got killed by the Tech Marines.
Yeah, so the OBSEC is dwindling, especially if the Plague Bearers take a big hit. All the OBSEC he has left would be wrapped up in a couple of Nurgling bases and the Bloodletters.
So
and the Bloodletters.
the way I see it, the unit of 5 beasts isn't getting all the way down to Hayden's home objective. That's just
Yeah.
not going to happen.
Yeah.
So Hayden is going to hold that one this turn. He's probably going to hold his second one when those flames die with that Eradicator that's on there. So it's really like, if he can take these Plague Bearers off, he's going to start going even.
He's gonna, exactly right. He's going to start going even on primary, and we know he's been winning the secondary battle. Firstly, the Lord of Change has gone down. He's doing really well. He should technically be getting his Scramblers this turn. If I was him, the Eradicators that fell back from combat would be getting his Scramblers in his home base, which I think is all 3 of his Scramblers, or does he still need to do Scramblers in
I
no
think he
man?
needs to do the center, but he'll get it with the devs next turn.
Yeah, or he could do it with the devs this turn if the Eradicators don't do it in the
I don't
home.
believe they're in the center, man. Or maybe they are. Oh, no,
They're
they
not.
are.
They're not close. They're not far enough out.
They are. They're north of that objective, though, so they have to be in the center.
You got to be
That's true,
6
yeah.
inches out from the deployment zone, though. for
Of
Scramblers.
course. Yeah, of
Gotcha.
course. Yeah, so Des can get that next turn. That's 10 points. He's going to kill the Grand Clermont, which is taking 10 points with the Lord of Change, and the Grand Clermont. Let's take 10 points off Dan's total for at the end of the game. While there's still 15 points for Hayden at the end of the game for the 2 Talons and the Invictus still being alive.
I do
So
think
this-
that Invictus probably going to go down to the beast when they get there with the mortal wound strat. Well, that's
Also, the beasts aren't going to make it this turn. They're moving 2 inches and they got a half charge.
they're,
so they're
moving 3. They do move 6 base. I checked
Yeah.
that.
The
half-
5-man unit
charged.
might be able to get there, though.
Yes.
Yeah, if the 5-man unit get down, they pop all their strats. Maybe in 2 or 3 turns he gets it down. He's not going to get it down in 1. It's full health.
No, it's
There's no
taken.
way.
It's taken 2 wounds. Yep. So,
Okay.
Yeah, he's still 10 wounds. Yeah, he's not going to get it
but
down.
then
very
the Grand Cleveland might take a few more off it.
quickly. That's true. Yeah,
Dragon Clermont, we should be hitting the captain though. No.
yeah. Do you think?
Oh
What's-
well, if I was down, I'd be going for the thing that I can kill.
Yeah, that's.
I wouldn't be trying to put chip damage on it. I'd be trying to kill the captain if I can kill the captain.
Yeah, especially as the captain actually has more relevant attacks than the Invicta.
What are we rolling off here? Is this Plague Bearer?
Yeah, shots on Plague Bearers. Yeah.
I expect half the Plague Bearers to go down this turn between the 2 Ravens. So the Flamers are gone. Flamers are gone, by the way.
Yep.
Nurglings are gone.
Wow, he failed all those.
Only 2 Plague Bearers went down then.
Oh, he passed
Oh, really?
all my
Other way around.
No. He failed all the saves, and then he passed almost all the my pains, I think.
So that would have been a Talon shooting in. Now it looks like he's
Yeah,
probably
so
going to have
4
some.
Plague Bearers are dead by the look of it total.
Yeah. So we're into the charge phase. Calidus just charged into the Plague Bearers. Oh, sorry, charged into the Nurglings. Apologies.
And the Plague Bearers charged both.
Yeah, good call. Try and
Killed
kill
the
the
Nurgling.
Nurglings if we can. Nice. So there's another unit for attrition. He's still racking up attrition. He's got 2 attrition turns.
He's not doing attrition anymore, remember? He got the...
Of course.
Yeah.
Confusing.
So he's right now on track for max while we stand. He's on track for max scramblers. And
Yep.
he's had 2 turns of max recon and 1 turn of 3/4.
3/4.
So he's tracking
on
very
track.
well on secondaries.
Well, that's what I thought. Like, if going into this game, he's going to be like, hey, I just need to not get absolutely clubbed on primary and go everything I got into the secondaries.
So the
and he can
Grand
get- he can
Cleveland's
score
hitting the
in game.
captain, I think. Yep.
Yeah, good call. Matt
good
called
call.
it. Good job. So he's going to be hitting on 4s, or he's still hitting on 2s, but he's only got a couple of attacks.
3 attacks.
He hits on 4s with 3 attacks.
That's rough. Looks like he got 3 hits.
3 saves.
3 up invulns, here we go. Looks like he saved them all. What a jerk.
So he'll be doing the
3 saves on the Got Clean one.
And what's the GUA got left? He's got 4 left, yeah?
3
2,
left,
I think.
Looks like we've got a couple of... looks like he's failed all of them. He failed all of them.
He's gone down.
He's a dead man. He's dead as shit. Oh, that's huge. That is actually pretty big.
They don't explode, do they? For some reason, I thought the GUAs explode, but
I thought they did as well.
They don't.
But you have to be Death Guard to explode, apparently.
Yeah, right.
The actual demons don't explode. Invicta Invicta has the chance. He doesn't have to pile and doesn't do anything. It doesn't look like he's engaged. He's in an inch by the bloodletters.
No, he's not.
Well, looks like they're going to pile around and probably pull him into combat.
Did he do that with the Invicta or with the captain?
The captain. Yeah, it was for sure the captain.
Yeah. So the Invictus not doing anything this turn because it's not within an inch of the bloodletters. So.
Engaged. Yeah. Well, it would have been the bloodletters engagement, so the bloodletters get a chance to, if they want to pile into it, they can.
I don't think they do.
The Invicta, yeah, I don't think they want to. They don't. There's no need to.
How many Plague Bearers died total?
4. So it's below 20.
Yeah, but not really enough for a meaningful morale test.
Meaningful morale, yeah.
I do think
What's the
the
better
cowardice is
one?
going to get wrapped though.
Yeah, I actually question that. I'm not sure that was the best call he could have done there, but who knows?
Well, yeah, if they're down, so 4 have died total, so they're down to, what's that, 17? There's
19.
21 in the unit, right?
23.
Oh,
Yeah,
23 is a weird number, but okay.
damn weird number.
Yeah, okay, well that's probably beyond the point where you can actually get them down over the rest of the game.
Oh, he's still getting down to the rest of the game, but yeah, they're just going to do their job now. I assume they'd be 3/4 dead after morale. And they wouldn't be able to string across true objectives anymore, wouldn't be able to meaningfully wrap a Calidus unless they actually get finished off. Stuff like that.
Captain just took no. Captain took no damage from the.
What a
I
freaking
just heard
beast.
Hayden say, "Oh yeah, you're not the only one who's disgusting."
Well, because he's just 5, they're only strength 4 now, so winning him on 5s with only 1 attack each, there's no way he dies anymore. He's just going to stay there all game with those dudes.
Well, the thing is, you really don't want to charge the Invictorines. You don't want to give him all the extra attacks.
No, you don't. And the shooting into the combat as well. The Invicta, shooting into the combat and then fighting, he clears most of that unit, man.
He's not in combat at the moment though.
Yeah, good call by Dan. You don't tap the guy. Do not go anywhere near him. If you're anything, you try and charge him. Now you try and charge him with the beasts.
Yep.
The 4-man beast unit.
Yep.
And they'll tie him up the rest of the game. That'll see him off.
Very keen on a score update after this turn.
Yeah, me too.
I
Man.
reckon Dan will still be a bit ahead, but Hayden's got secondary points coming in that Dan isn't going to get.
This is the game of the tournament so far, man. This is close as shit. This has been 2 really good players playing a really high level. George, they will start doing work if they have anything to shoot. I'm assuming the Calidus is about to be wrapped, and so they're only going to have Nurglings to shoot, really. Nurglings and beasts.
Well, they will.
Calidus
Yeah,
hasn't
they'll
been
get rid of.
That is an interesting choice.
I think he's worried about getting strung out and then getting coherency checked, though.
That's true. That's very, very real.
Obviously, he does have the range to do it right now, but given the Calidus is just going to start killing those Plague Bearers, it's just going to kill 4 every assault phase, right? It's going to, game turn is probably going to kill 8. There aren't going to be that many left, I think, if he tries to do too many wrap shenanigans.
I'm assuming he didn't fail he passed his morale test on that unit.
Probably, that's right. Obviously, he would have done it because he's moving now.
Yeah.
So, primary score we got 30-10, Dan to Hayden, and then Duck has got 5 points for engage. 7 points for engage. And then obviously his While We Stand Scramblers, which we haven't marked here because he's not finished. And then Dan's got 6, but he's probably going to get. He's got 12, but he's probably going to get another 6 on another 3 for quarters and another 3 for mental interrogation.
Yeah, mental interrogation. Well, who's his psyker that's left? He has none.
Is the snail caster power?
Slimy boy. Yeah, he does.
Does he? No, he does. I'm pretty sure he does.
George just said, shame you can't warp surge a greater demon. Why can't you warp surge a greater
You
demon?
can warp surge a greater demon.
Interesting. Mick just says, I reckon a game versus Dan that comes down to how swingy his saves are on the greater demon. When you decide to hit them, if you bounce, it's done. Yeah, I agreed. Yeah, if you commit to one of his greater demons and don't get it down, you're just gonna get wrapped up and weighed down by this like 70 wounds of beasts.
Horticulus does not cast a power, so he has no.
Oh wow, he has no psycho, so he's lost.
He's
Zero for
got
that.
two. He's got one secondary. He's getting 5 for, and the other one he's getting 0 for. Man, this is going to be so close.
This is gonna be so freaking close. I love it. This is great.
Why is Dan getting 0 for a secondary?
Mental interrogation. He has no psychos.
Yes, no,
Don't you?
yeah.
Isn't it just 3 every time you do that? Are you thinking of ritual where you need to do it 3 times? Is it mental interrogation? You just get 3 points every time you do it.
Yeah, but you said he hasn't got anything for it currently.
He hasn't got any psychos to cast.
But he's already cast it twice.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said he had none.
No. So he's got 6 for quarters and 6 for mental interrogation. So he's probably
Gotcha.
going to get another 3 for quarters this turn.
Yep.
And then hope, if his snail survives, it'll be 5.
There you go. So he does still have some scoring potential there. But the scoring potential is going to dry up. It's going to dry up big time. He does. It looks like he has now wrapped that Calidus, by the way.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, 100% you need to.
That's okay though. Like, from Hayden's point of view, look, it's not ideal that he's strung across 2 objectives, but you are going to kill those plague bearers.
He's essentially got 4 combats to clear him up now. And she honestly needs to do it. She needs to do that heavy lifting. She's done sweet bugger all game. She needs to pull her finger out. In the bottom left-hand side of Hayden's, he still has a Thunderfire Cannon, 5 Assault Intercessors. Assault Intercessors with Assault Bolters, and he's got 3 Eradicators there as well. On top of that, Impulsor. What would be an interesting play for him to do now? You can see the amount of models that he has strung across these 2 objectives. Yeah, so technically, Hayden has 2 objectives. The opponent has 4. There is the option that Hayden can take one of these away. He can mount up the intercessors, scoot them, and next turn get him out on one of the 2 being strung across by the plague marines, so plague bearers, and then charge the intercessors in.
I think it's too late, Adam.
I think it is as well. Well, that would be he'd have to do that turn 5. That's the only turn he could do it, and by then, in all likelihood, Savage has scored max primary, and it doesn't even matter.
Well, I think he needs the obsec back at his home base more than he needs to take it away from Dan, because Dan's already at 30 for the primary, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to get
max.
45.
He's going to max. There's no chance he doesn't max. That's true.
I think Hayden's more about keeping in touch here and trying to get himself, 30, 35 primary, and then winning on secondaries.
Yeah, I agree. Right now, he's winning on secondaries. He's going to club on secondaries,
He's
but
definitely going to
primary. The primary's long gone.
I think he will lose that Invicta. I don't think I said Invicta surviving the game, but
I can see Duck getting about 35 points on secondary, maybe 32, 33.
That probably wins in the game, yeah.
Well, if we assume Dan's getting 45, and he's got 12 secondary currently, and he's probably going to get another.
He's probably going to get around 40 for his secondaries.
Another 6 on engage. Dan's going to be up at what's that? 45, 12, 18. That's 63. If Hayden gets 35 on primary, he's going to get 15 for. Sorry, deploy scramblers is 10. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's going to go.
So Duck's going to get 5 on primary next turn. And I think that's going to. But I don't think he can pull it back from there if Dan gets max. Yeah, because Duck's going to.
That's a big charge he's just rolled. That's a huge charge he's just rolled.
40 does give you a reroll on the charge as well, so he might have. He might have rerolled.
I think he's just swung around.
Hayden does have obsec on that objective, right?
Yeah, he's not going to take him off it.
Yeah, he's got obsec on that objective.
He does.
Well, yeah, that's interesting. The Eradicators are actually going to do some damage to beasts here, though, I think.
They will.
I can tell you.
The beanstalk yells.
Yeah, it's 1 for 5, 2 for 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Duck's going to get 10 points.
Realistically, he should get 10 for the next 2 turns, right? Like, I don't see him getting pulled off it.
Yeah,
this turn or the following turn.
So his bottom right-hand objective is safe as shit. He's not going to get pulled off that unless the Calidus dies and the Plague Bearers can charge onto it, and then in which case that's fucking horrific. But his bottom left-hand objective actually has his only obsec left on it. He can't afford to give that up.
No, so yeah, to my mind, right, what Hayden has to do here is he has to get his 10 points each turn for primary, and he has to just get as many secondary points as possible. He can concede. You know, he's got to make sure those Plague Bearers don't get down there and stop him from getting his 2 primary in the last turn.
Yep.
But he can do that quite easily with the Impulsor.
Yep. He's just rolled up his 4d6 attacks with the beasts.
18 attacks.
18. So they're going to be what? They hit on 4s, or do they get +1 from anywhere?
They will get +1
from
from Horticulus.
Just now. So they're hitting on 3s, winning on 5s, yeah? And they're flat 2 damage though, but they're no rend.
Correct.
And mortal wounds on 6s. He popped the strap.
He used the strap. Ooh.
Yeah. You might as well at this point, I think.
Well, I guess you got to try and get that while we stand point down, right?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. It's actually going to be clutch.
You don't want to give away 15.
That's a pretty good roll. It's a pretty good roll he's got there. That Tech Marine, by the way, jumped to the other side of that ruin, so that Tech Marine is going to be hiding back there. He will be able to heal that Invictor up if he doesn't go down. So it looks like we've got
Beast got reroll for wounds as well, remember?
Yes.
Oof. And he's going to take all the rerolls, isn't he? He's going to reroll everything to fish for the 6s.
So we got 5 mortals and 8 saves.
That's pretty good, man. That's a pretty good rolling.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Good size.
Pretty good out of 4. Pretty good out of 4 beasts.
Duck failed 1 save, so 7 wounds total. So it's down to 4 wounds remaining on the Invictor.
Nice.
But
not bad.
It does look like it's pinned there because of the wall behind it.
Yeah. Well, it is going to die, I suppose.
It's going to die, yeah.
You know.
Well, so the only chance it doesn't die is the big unit of beasts get tremored, don't make combat next turn, and he heals him up to 7, and this combat kills like 1 or 2 beasts. And then in the shooting kills like another 1. The only chance he doesn't die is if the 8-man doesn't make it to him next turn, because then he actually has a little bit of chance to run away.
Yep.
On his double turn 5. Mick needs to make sure he scores as many primaries as he can, as well as scoring as many secondaries as he can. Yeah, look.
Captain
I won't
just
say where
bounced off
the
the
class
bloodletters.
is the most. Sorry?
Captain just bounced off the bloodletters. 4 wounds.
That's pretty funny.
4 5-up saves.
Well, he's due. Dan is legitimately due to make some 5-up in bonds.
Yeah, he flopped pretty hard on the Great Unclean one.
Yeah, he's actually legitimately due. You could even argue he flubbed on the Lord of Change. I'm interested to see if this Invictor can do anything. It's better if it's bracketed. Yeah, so Mick, are you saying, Mick, it's better if it dies, so then the Eradicators get to, smash into beasts? Because that's a thing. Totally a thing.
Do bloodletters do 2 damage?
On
They do
6s,
2 damage on 6s. So I've just done some quick maths here. I reckon Dan is going to win by 2 points. I'm going to make my prediction right now.
That's your prediction?
My
Nice.
prediction is going to be 63-61 to Dan. That's my prediction.
If that is the end here, that's fucking hectic and incredible. I love that. I'm going to go the other way. I will say I reckon Hayden's going to win by 5. And off doing no math, that is pure conjecture, speculation. In fact, that's not even based on anything.
That's the difference between you and I, Adam. That's the difference between you and me.
You base your opinions on
We are not the same.
No, we are not. All 120s are not created equal.
I'm gonna come down on Matt's side of this.
Yeah, dude, I think Dan's gonna win. I legitimately think Dan's gonna win. But that's my prediction. Ducky's gonna win by 5 points. Ben, any chance we can? Yeah, I am, George. I am. I've got to be someone's foil, right? You need a foil.
I'm gonna go for a walk.
I was about to say, we have to get an update on the other 2 top table games, please, my man.
Will do.
Thank you so much. I think that's a really good prediction, Dan. You're probably going to be right. But Dan, what a game if that's the finish.
Yeah,
man.
I know,
What
right?
a freaking game. Phenomenal efforts.
I think the only thing that can turn it is the Invictor not dying, but I can't see the Invictor surviving.
Well, so the Invictor has taken down 1 beast, and looks like he's put some wounds on another one.
Yep.
Do you just dogpile onto the beast? You charge in your Eradicators, charge in your intercessors. I'm not sure. I'm not sure you can put the intercessors in actually. Oh, do you know what's a really big deal actually, mate? Do you know what's a really big deal? I just realized he still has an impulsor. He can move and advance that impulsor and block off the beast from getting to the Invictor.
Yeah, but the Invictor is just going to die. To be honest, the Invictor.
The Invictor gets healed up a flat 3 wounds by the Tech Marine, gets to shoot into those beasts and fight those beasts first.
Sure,
so there is a chance if he doesn't get charged by the 8-man, the Invictor can live.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
If he sees that with the Impulsor, I think that's a sick play. That's actually a sick play, to be honest. He will still have the CP to Tremor Shell those beasts as well. How killy is the snail in combat, man?
Oh, he's okay. Look, he's not great. He does one what do you call it? Like one sort of chomp attack with I don't know what it is. The snail does some sort of chomp attack, which is strength 7 -4 3 damage, and then he has like 4 attacks that are strength +1, so they go to 6 AP 3 D3.
Yep.
It's okay. He's not terrible.
Mm.
I don't know what Hayden's doing with these planes over here.
Me either. They've got 3 Nurglings to kill. That's it.
Unless he's going to charge in to make sure he can't get to that objective.
Yeah. George, we've already sent Ben off to get updates on the other 2 top
back.
tables. And here he's back.
McGowan has almost tabled Eric.
Whoa!
There are about 15 gaunts left. I think the score is still pretty even, but I imagine McGowan will pull away in the last 2 turns because there's not much left for Eric. And then Luke is pulling ahead against Aaron, so he's about 10-15 points up at the moment in middle of turn 3.
Nice. We have just had the birthday boy himself. Josh Diffie has joined us. It is Josh Diff's birthday. If everyone please say happy birthday to Joshua Diffie. You are very welcome. You're very welcome to jump in the chat, Diff, if you want, and come on stream with us. But up to you. If you got the kids and everything, you don't want to, no problems. That he has not done what I said he should do with the Impulsor. Looks like he's putting it up there to do I don't know what. He has paid the 2 CP and he has fallen back his Calidus Assassin. I think that is absolutely what he needed to do there.
Is he playing for Holdmore?
I think he is. He's going for it, man.
Duck, you madman.
He's big dick energizing this, for sure. Well, because he can legitimately hold 4 going into turn 5 and get 15 primary.
Just warp surged the
Plague
Bearers.
100%. You need to now.
Because they're not -1 to hit anymore either.
Nah, they're not. So they're going to take an absolute pounding this turn. He does still need a Tremor Shell. Maybe he's giving up on the left flank. Maybe he doesn't Tremor Shell the beasts.
He can't. He didn't have the CP.
Yeah, he just used it to have the Calidus escape. Yeah, there's what a big dick play by.
Well,
Duck.
I respect it. I don't know if it's the right decision, but I respect it.
I'm not sure it's going to come off for him, but I respect it a lot as well.
That being said, he doesn't have to kill all of them. He just has to kill most of them.
That's right. Yeah. Looks like the Nurglings are gone. By the way, I think the Nurglings have been picked up.
Yep.
Yep. So he's literally got about 19 Plague Bearers to contend with here.
I presume he's left his Calidus on that center right objective, right?
He used the desperate breakout, but he is on the objective.
So Mick, he did surge the Plague Bearers. He has to surge the Plague Bearers. I mean, he's got nothing else to do with the CP apart from trying to do more with the beast, really.
Yeah, well, that's relevant though. So Dan is out of CP now. Is that correct?
He's got 2 left.
Or has he got 1 left?
2 left.
How he had? Okay, he must have got 1 back.
Yeah, he got 1 back at the start of his turn, and I get 1 back. He'll start his next turn with 3.
Looks like he lost 1 Plague Bearer to whatever that shooting was. That's pretty rough.
1 of the Talons, I believe.
The whole Talon went in and killed 1. That's
probably 1 of the guns.
Yeah, 1 of the guns.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just taken another 1 off with the assault cannons.
That's so rough. Dan's saves is starting to come back around, man. I don't think you can do it anymore.
Going in now.
Big deal.
The question is, do you shoot the Grav Devs here and do your action in the last turn instead?
100% you do. You shoot the Grav Devs, man.
Down. You probably have to, right?
For sure you shoot the Grav Devs. Like, yeah? It's just
I would think so, yeah.
Is this both
failed
Storm
3.
Talons? Yeah, so far both Storm Talons have killed. Yeah, both Storm Talons killed 2 Plague Bearers.
That's almost
really
that could
well.
all. that could be game.
Well, that's what happens when you make the big play, right?
They made the big play, man, but jeez, that is insane rolls by Dan. But like I said, he was due. He rolled like an absolute. He like just laid nothing but eggs on the great and clean one. Mind you, the devs could still go off. The devs could still go off and do the work here.
Oh, it feels so bad.
It does. It feels terrible.
Well, again, that's what I said. If you're going to make the big play, and I guess maybe Hayden did the same math I did, and realised he needed to make a big play to win.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past him to be acutely aware of what's going down. But yeah, that's rough as guts. Looks like he's had 4 fails there.
Yeah, another 4 plague barriers just died.
Another 4 down. Was that the devs?
Was that the devs, Duck? Was that the devs? The 2 planes just finished off and did another 4.
Okay, yeah, cool. So
they got 6.
They got 6 or 7.
It looks like 7 dead there in that pile.
Two impulses to go, plus possibly the eradicators and the devs. Maybe he does enough to make them pop. But he's got 2 CP left. He auto passes.
Thunderfire shooting them as well, I think.
Ooh, that's a big call.
But spending that 2 CP though, it does limit his options next turn, right?
It does. Yeah, means the victim might not go down. I'm assuming the Invicta's been healed back up to 7 or 8 runes remaining.
It doesn't look like it.
Maybe he's
He's
forgot.
still taking 9. 2 more plague barriers go
Yeah.
down.
Coherency's already looking a bit rough for Dan.
Because now we're at the point where
He has to give up one objective, yeah?
He has to give up 1 objective yet.
and morale is going to play a factor here too.
Yeah, if he rolls that 1, that could be juicy.
If he rolls a 1, the game's over pretty much.
Has he
But he's
got
lost
the,
9 so far, so he's going to lose
banner on
2 plus whatever he rolls.
He doesn't have the
So
banner.
Coherency, yeah, right now, the next...
Yeah, so the roll of 1 doesn't help him.
Doesn't he get D6 back?
He doesn't have the banner.
Oh, you're out.
It's 15 points, so I guess he probably wouldn't take it on this unit.
Yeah,
Just roll the 1 for
huge.
the auto pass then.
What? He rolled...
No,
No,
if he rolls the 1, it will pass the morale.
Yeah.
Just
And he'll get D6 back on top, just to like...
No, he doesn't get them back at him, is what we're saying. He doesn't have the banner.
Oh, of course, okay. So, yeah, what's he got left to shoot in now? Is this the Invictus shooting into combat?
I believe so.
No, it's shooting the other unit, so it must be the, I don't know, the Eradicators that are down there maybe? Or just the Intercessors?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the Eradicators.
Wait a sec. Could he? What's the distance for? Oh yeah, they picked up a beast. Eradicator's killed a beast. What's the distance for lookout, sir? Is it 3 inches or 6 inches?
3 inches.
So he could probably target Hortquist, couldn't he?
No, because he's near the big unit of beasts and not closest, because you got the small unit of beasts in front
Ah,
of him.
yes, yeah. True. And it's not models in range. It's a unit of X within range. Yeah. So he's got down to 6 beasts, 3 beasts in the other. Look, man, Hayden's killed a lot of stuff. He just killed another one as well.
I think the Invictus shooting the blood.
Yep, the Invicta just got healed up by 3 wounds. That's a big deal because he's got the Tech Marine sitting right behind him.
Yep.
Mind you, the Tech Marine probably charges the beast now. Yeah, the three man. You just got to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, if he's what kind of a techie has he got? Has he got equipped with anything? Bolt gun, chainsword, frag and crack, master machine. So he's got a servo arm. Nah, he doesn't. You don't put him in. He's got nothing. Do not put him in, Hayden.
Well,
No
more
point.
attacks are more attacks, though.
It's true, but they're chainsword attacks. He's got 1 thunderhammer attack and the rest are chainswords. So winning on 5s, no ran, no
Beast
damage.
just
Yeah.
went down.
Oh, that's big. Is this combat now?
No.
Nah, this would be shooting still.
Shooting into combat.
That's what I mean. Like,
Hey.
the Invicta kills one with shooting, kills one in combat, can't possibly be killed in return by that single beast. Big deal. Yeah, there are still some big deals here. And all of a sudden, yeah, between one turn,
Yeah.
Dan's looking a bit thin.
Hayden's done some very cool things here. Obviously,
Yeah,
the Invicta is still likely to go down. That being said, Dan slides the CP to make that big unit of beasts get in there and kill him, but he doesn't have the room to put the models there.
He doesn't have the room
Unless
to
he-
put like more than
yeah.
3 guys at best.
Unless he falls the Bloodletters back and just goes all in on killing that Invictor to get the, to get the while we stand point down.
You would though, wouldn't you? You would do that. They're
Probably. Yeah.
They're not adding anything. The Blooders are doing literally like half of a single turd.
How many wounds left on the captain though? Because you don't want to let the captain go into Haughty and to take 5 points off your secondary there as well.
Mm-hmm. Looks like we've had another couple of Plague Bears being picked up.
Yep.
Have the devs shot?
How many wounds has the captain got left, Duck? How many wounds has the captain got left? Captain's got 3 wounds left, guys.
Okay.
So that Plague Bearer that's on that objective doesn't look like it's within 2 of
It's
2
not.
models.
He's gonna lose the 2 that are on that objective for sure. And he'll hold his back one.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Calidus and the Impulsor will hold that objective over him. He's going to hold 3 objectives as well, and depending on the morale, he could hold 4 and deny Dan. Would this deny Dan capping his primary?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah,
Because
because
Dan's still going to get 2 and he's already at 30.
Yeah. Coherency only triggers in the coherency phase after the morale phase, guys. So George.
So he's down to 1 beast in that second unit.
Dude, that's literally what I thought was going to happen.
That Invictor is ridiculous.
He's going ham, man. He's got his ham hands going ham in Hamtown.
That's a lot of cured pork.
It is.
So Josh got Eric by 2 points, apparently.
Wow.
Eric is just reporting in.
Rigged. Nah, that's awesome. We forgot to call that game as well.
This one's been pretty good, though.
Can the Calidus fall back in charge?
Sure. Why not?
So, yeah, the Calidus is charged into combat. Here are attacks.
It might be one of the
Strat.
stratagems, though. Let me have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it just has hit and run. It just has you can fall back in charge.
Yeah.
So
this is the captain smashing into Plague Bearers. So Bloodletters. 3 gone down. That's not gonna break that tide. Looks like he's at 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like he's going to have 8 Plague Bearers left. So he will on pretty much anything bar
he's
a 1.
lost 11 this turn, right?
Yeah, anything bar a
19 at
1.
the start.
Yeah. So
Well, even a 1. Oh, sorry. You're right.
He auto passes.
Anything but a 1 is he's failed.
popped. He's gone. Yeah. But he does have the 2 CP for auto pass, doesn't he? Oh no, he did just spend those on the Warp Surge.
I think Ben said he had 2 left.
Daz himself. What's the score, boys? But don't tell me he was going to win.
don't know.
We don't know who's going to win. This is close as all hell.
So at the moment it's 60 to 39.
The Falcon, Peter the Falcon's just joined us. So it is the Soli Buttercup, and we've got Ben Warrior as our man on the ground as well. So what's the score?
60 to 49, including the scramblers, because Duck just did that.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
Is
not
that
including while we
maxed?
stand.
Is that maxed primary for Dan though, or is he still
Yes,
got 5
that's
more to
max-
score?
That's max primary for Dan.
Yeah. So he's going to get his 63. He's going to get his 3 more points for recon, like I called. But it's really about what Hayden does now. I actually reckon Hayden might have him. I actually think Hayden might have.
Well,
with
where's
that
this?
play-
Where's this morale? Has he auto passed?
The auto pass morale.
Yeah, he has to, doesn't he? Eric, yeah, sorry, Hayden might have him. Hayden might score 15 in his turn 5.
The coherency still looks out. For
Yeah,
that player, though.
coherency 100% is out. The
Is it-
model, especially the model that is based with the Calidus, should be gone.
Is that still okay, or are we just looking at it wrong? But it looks like it's out.
It's 100% out, man. There's no way that's within 2 inches of 2 models.
It's just slightly out, yeah.
Yeah, there's no chance. That is.
Oh, juicy.
So that is going to give. Well, he has to charge the Calidus. Otherwise, the Calidus gets to intervene to stop him having 3 objectives.
So I think he's falling back from the Calidus.
Well, that one that just fell back should be dead.
Shouldn't it be dead
Right.
from coherency check?
Dead from
or-
coherency. 100% should be dead, man.
Do you want me to tell him?
No.
No, play it out.
There you go.
He's still kind of out of coherency now. Oh, no, it could be alright.
Yeah, I think it might be okay now, but it certainly was not before.
Yeah, 100% it wasn't before.
That's true, Mick. They might have just said he's within 2 and
Yeah,
kept moving.
that's fine. it wasn't going to break the game, seeing as he's already capped his primary. So I'm not sure it's that big a deal.
It's just where the one plague bearer makes a difference to Duck when he has to kill them on the last turn.
Because he's out of 3, I'm pretty sure. So the cowards can't heroic. So it's stopping Duck scoring those 2 objectives. So Duck's only going to get his 10 points for next turn.
That's a big deal. Big deal.
Yeah, so Duck will end on 30 primary.
So this is the bottom of 4.
Yeah, I think it's going to depend on whether Dan can kill that Invictor. I think that
It
5
is
points for
100%.
my
Oh, look at that.
while we stand is going to be...
My call from 2 turns ago, Adam,
2
is
turns
coming
ago.
through.
That's coming back around. We'll see if he goes down, man. Like, I mean, Dan has the 1 CP now that he's going to be able to get the mortal wound strat. It just depends how many guys he can get into combat, dude. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I reckon you fall back with the bloodletters here. All that matters is that the Invictor.
Yeah, you fall back.
Oh,
with
he's not doing it.
Nah, he's not. If he could just roll like craptastic on his number of attacks as well.
It's not about movement, Mick. It's about being able to place all the models in because they're on huge bases.
Yeah, they're on massive bases. It's about literally getting. You only ever get 1 rank to fight, and he's only got 5 guys there. And this should be an Invictor on 6 or 7 wounds.
Yeah, I think it's on 7. Are you there, Ben? Could you check how many wounds that Invictor's got for us?
On 7 wounds.
Yeah, he's going to fall back with this beast, I think.
He's going to fall back with this one, wrap Haughty around the back, I assume,
yeah.
and then bring the beasts in on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, he's done that to protect the snail from all the marines and the eradicators at the back.
The eradicators, yeah.
Because that's another. If he kills the snail, that's another 5 points.
That's another 5 points. I wouldn't put the snail in, man. You don't put the snail in. Snail stays at the back, man. He should not be up there.
Well, I think it's too late now. He's moved it up.
Yeah,
well, it's totally too late. But yeah, I wouldn't have put him up there. I would have him behind the beast.
He's hard to kill though, but Hayden's got 2 planes to fly over there.
He's got 3 eradicators. They could just pop him straight up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put him up there, let alone being the second closest model.
He does have 9 wounds though. He is pretty tough to put down.
Well, that's legit then. What's that blue beast on? Looks like he's on 3 wounds, 2 or 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Yeah, so he can go down pretty easy to the intercessors and the flamer from the tech marine and all that other misc shooting. Hell, you can pull an impulsor back if you need to as well, or a plane or 2. But yeah, look, we're coming into the absolute bottom of this game, and man, what a freaking game! This has been an absolute pleasure.
It's going to be,
guys. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well.
Less than 5 points either way. It's going to be.
Yeah,
Dan should be on 11. 11. Yeah. And then Duck, you should be on 9. 2, 3, 2, 2.
Yep. So he's going to max his scramblers. He's going to get near max on engage on all fronts. Yeah, and it looks like unless the Invictor goes down, he's going to get max on his while we stand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to come down to whether those Duck, Snail, and the Invictor go down.
Yeah, and look, he's actually okay if the Invictor goes down, but he gets the Snail. It's much of a muchness. If the Snail goes down and the Invictor stays up, I think Duck just wins. Yeah.
Well, if either of those things happen, I think Duck wins. I think if the Invictor lives or if the Snail dies, I think that's enough to tip it.
Yeah, but how good is this state of the game? We have like a pretty top
it looks
build.
Like Dan's just scooched the snail back slightly, so there's a room for the big unit of beasts to move through and wrap around the back of that Invictor. That's what he's doing now. So that snail should be pretty safe. It's no longer the closest. So he's got the single snail and the big unit of 5 left in front, like the remnants of the 8-man unit.
So we're straight into the charge phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much left to do. The Falcon not enjoying this game, only enjoy blowouts. But how good is this? We've got a Demons going toe-to-toe and coming down to the wire versus Marines. I think that is a good indictment of the Australian meta. So I do like where the Snail is now. The Snail's in a good spot. That's perfect. So yeah, there's little to no way the Snail goes down unless he flies over 2 planes, which he could. What's the over/under here with the CP? The Invictor goes down, yeah, with the mortal wounds.
I would say so. I think.
Yeah, unless he rolls.
Depends on when he rolls for the attacks, right?
Exactly right. He could just lay an egg and roll like exactly 5 1s and it does nothing.
Here it goes.
24
can't see any
attacks
of
off
those.
5 beasts. 6, 5, 5, 5, 3.
That's actually kind of average, because there should be 7, 7. Actually, no, that is above average.
So it
You
should be
should've got-
15. It's well
Yeah,
above
should be
average.
15. So he's hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s at least, but the rerolls to wound is just going to kill him. Yeah, he's cooked. I'd be
Yeah,
surprised
with
if
the
he makes it out
mortal
of
wound
this.
strat as well.
Yeah, if you had 1 CP, you can't honor the chapter on it because it's not a dreadnought. But if you could reduce it to damage 1, maybe you got more of a shot. But yeah,
How many 6s?
Has he got the mortal wound
let's
strat
check.
going? Looks like 3, 4 mortals and
here comes
7
the reroll.
saves.
So 3 mortals, 7 saves.
There's no rerolls here for Duck. He just needs to smash this roll.
He's got one wound left, and the snail's about to hit it, I believe.
Oh.
Ducky, wow. All right. Let's see this. Well, let's see the slime ball go. 4 attacks, 4 hits. Should be winning on 5s.
Snail just clipped his, got his shears in the front of that Invictor and just pinched its head off.
There you go. Goes down. Does not blow. Wow. Okay. Big swing. Big swing.
And then the Invictor's exploded for D6.
Wow.
Oh,
Well.
boomed. He's gonna take his own captain out.
Nah, the captain survives.
He's gonna take his own. Did he kill his own techie?
I haven't rolled the techie yet. The Bloodletters just took 6.
Do you know what would be sick if he kills the beast off to the right, the single
I
beast?
think
But he
it's
might be
just out of range.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just in range.
Nice. Take it out, Duck.
So that's
Put it
taken
down.
5.
How many
got
wounds
3
have you got?
left. 5 wounds,
That
3
is-
left.
That is
Okay.
poetic as hell.
Wow.
Half. If he could
He
take
takes
6 wounds.
2, so down to 1 on that single beast.
Oh, that's
Yep.
pretty
Big
lucky
unit took
for,
6 as well.
Jesus.
If you could do 4 or 5 wounds to the snail, 100% you put
So
a
he's
plane
just
over the
he's
front.
just done 6 to the Bloodletters, 6 to the big, and 5 to the little unit of beasts. He's killed the Tech
Wow.
Marine. And the snail is... Did the snail take any? Snail took 2.
Okay, so 7 wounds left on the snail. Does 2 birds kill that snail?
Nah. But you gotta try.
You gotta try, yeah? Because you can easily put it to the back of that snail, get him the closest.
Oh, the snail took 1, I think, because he's passed his 5 up. So 2 mortals and passed 1 5 up.
There you go. Invictor went down, man. Almost didn't get him, dude. Legit almost didn't get him. Without the
Yeah.
snail, wouldn't have got him. That's crazy.
Well, rolling 25 attacks on those beasts, man. Any rolling average, I don't think he gets him.
Yeah, exactly right, dude. On average, he would not have got him. That would have been such a massive swing. And then the Invictor gets to shoot. So hit the snail, shoot him in his opening turn, and then hit him first. So he would have gotten 3 rounds of attacks going into that snail before he got another chance to kill that Invictor. That would have been fucking massive. As it is, maybe that's the nail for Ducky, but we'll see. He did have a huge play last turn. If he can pull out another big play, maybe that's it. But mind you, the primary for him is gone now.
So
like he
it
can't.
was 49 to 50 to 61 going into this turn, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah.
it was like 72-49, I think.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
Jeez, yeah. Where's our math gone? Where's your math gone, Duck? Sorry, Matt. Sucks.
Well, he couldn't have gotten that much unless they added paint points on. But
Oh yeah, maybe they've added paint. Yeah. So we've got Eradicators here. Eradicators could smash down these beasts. The captain's still alive. He just refuses to die, which I like.
He's
I think
just
it's fun.
wrapped. Right, Bloodletters.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. Mind you, those Bloodletters might lose a few from morale this turn. He did lose like 5.
You and whoever
explosions.
wins this on the stream.
Yeah, big deal.
I think you're scoring higher.
So what's he rolling for here?
bloodletters?
Bloodletters hitting the
yeah.
captain.
Yeah, it's with Bloodletters. How many did Letters lose to the explosion?
6.
They lost 6. If he can pull down another like 3 or 4, man, he can make them pop and get the captain into the snail. That could be huge. Is that a thing? Well, maybe the captain's already swung because it doesn't look like he's swinging anymore. It looks like they're doing the scores. Sorry.
Duck's just scored his primary for his 5th turn, and the score is 59-74. So he'll get another 10 for while we stand. So that'll put it to 69-74. He'll get 3 points for engage on all fronts. So 72
77?
72 to 74. And I don't think Dan will get 5 points for while we stand. So if that snail, I think Dan's just got it. If the snail survives, it will take it a little further for Dan.
Yeah, that's man. What a game! What a game! What are the attacks? What's happening now? What are these attacks?
The bloodletters just took a few from the captain. Captain just killed a few more bloodletters, or morale, I think.
So he should. So it looks like he's lost 3, and then the morale would be him losing 2 plus whatever he rolls because he's lost 9. Yeah.
Yeah. He's only got 5
so he's flying the planes over. He's going for it.
Yeah, he's going for it. He has to, man. He has to. This is the only play left for him.
I don't think it makes a difference now that Invictus dead. So without the snail dying, with the snail dying, I think it'll end 74-72.
That doesn't matter. Go for it.
With that was 72-74 now. So doesn't this give?
So he's going to.
No, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So,
you're right.
so it's 59-74. Duck will get another 10 points for while we stand for the 2 planes still being alive. So 69, and then 3 points for engage on all fronts. So that'll put him to 72. Even if Dan doesn't score anymore, so if the snail dies, he's still on 74. So still up by 2. If the snail survives, he'll be up by 7.
There you go, guys. So that's. I mean, there's nothing really without. Literally, it was those plague bearers. Yeah. If those plague bearers went down, 100% Duck won the game. Yeah.
If those plague bearers, if Duck had got his 15, Duck would have been up by 3. So incredibly close game. Oh no.
Yeah.
So if
I didn't add paint, George.
Yeah. If the plague bearers had died, the snail would have to survive. So if the plague bearers had died and he kills the snail, he wins. If the plague bearers die and the snail stays alive, it's still 2 points to Dan.
So I'm pretty sure snail's going to go down here. Yeah. Is he toughness 5 or toughness 6?
Probably 6. Let's have a look.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's 5 there.
He's 6.
Yeah, because most of the normal characters are T5.
Yeah, Poxbringer's 5, so you'd imagine he is 6.
Yeah, big difference for the
assault cannons.
Assault cannons, yeah. What else has he got on his talents? Is it
missile launchers?
Missile launchers, yeah. Makes no difference there though. Man, what a freaking game, guys! What a pleasure to call. Really showed the caliber here. Well done to both players. I don't think Duck did much wrong, except maybe not using the devs as soon as he could. Was the only thing I could really pick on. Anything you guys say?
No, it's
I
pretty
think
good.
it's pretty good game
Pretty
on both
pretty freaking good game, yeah. So Carlos has picked up a couple in combat.
Eradicators just shot a few the plague bearers off.
Okay, it's Eradicators. Apologies. Because I was like, surely he's not in combat yet. Like, technically Dan's nearly tabled, isn't he? He's got, 5 beasts, 1 character, a handful of bloodletters, 5 plague bearers. If this was a 6-turn game, instead of a 5-turn game...
This is a 6-turn game, it's Duck's game, yeah.
It's Duck's, it's Duck's. Duck's got it. But, because, right now he'd get 15 on his primary next turn. There's literally no way that Dan would be able to stop him. But yeah, crazy game. Really enjoyed it as well. But yeah, literally, it all came. So Duck made a huge play, guys who just joined us. Duck made a huge play on his turn 4, and he swept up both his planes and tried to put as much shooting he could into what was 19 plague bearers strung across 2 objectives. And he was in position to take those objectives with non-obsec units if the plague bearers went down. Dan popped Warp Surge and rolled like a beast and ended up with, I think he had 9 left of the unit, lost 11. And yeah, due to that, held both those objectives over and was a 10-point swing on the primary. Huge deal. But man, I love seeing the big plays like that. And this has been an absolute joy to stream. So it looks like we're going to have Joshua McGowan versus Dan Savage right now. So it's going to be Admech versus Demons on the top table. That's pretty exciting.
Remember, if Luke looked like he's beating Aaron, so Luke could swing in the middle there as well. So your top 3 are probably going to be Demons, Grey Knights, and Admech.
What a world. What a bizarre world we live in. I love it. Nothing is conventional. Nothing is easy. Everything's just a hodgepodge mishmash of amazing players playing the stuff they want to play. It's good.
I think you're going to be up by 2.
Maybe we're wrong, guys. Maybe the math is all wrong,
Yeah,
and Duck knows something we don't.
We can't say it until it's in, but that's
Yeah,
what my math says.
So 3 more saves on the snail. Looks like you failed 1. What an animal. Oh no, that wasn't a beast.
Yeah, the beast is dead.
What's left on the snail?
I think the snails are still only taken 1. I'm not sure if the planes are fired yet.
Yeah, if the snail goes down, maybe our math is wrong, and Duck does seize past the victory.
Yep.
So what have we got secondaries wise? So Duck should have pretty much maxed his. So he's got his scramblers. He's maxed his behind enemy line. So he's engaged in all fronts. Yeah.
He's gone 2-3-2-2-3.
Okay. I keep thinking it's 4 for all 4 quarters because that makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
But it's 3 for all 4 quarters. And so what's he got for his and he's going to get 10 points for while we stand fight. Yeah.
Yeah. So 2-3-2-2-3. So that's 12 on engage, 10 for while we stand, 10 for deploy scramblers.
So he's going to number 32 for his secondaries.
And then,
maybe in hindsight he'll regret scramblers because there's 5 points he could have scored on another secondary.
And then 30 for his primary, and then 10 for paint. So that's the 72, which is what I said. And then Dan should be on 45 primary plus 10 for paint. So 55, 5 points for while we stand. If he survives, the planes are shooting him now, so we won't add that in now. But so 55. 3-3-3-2, so 11 on quarters.
Yep, so it's 66.
And then 6 on mental interrogation.
So that is 72 as well.
Although,
so is that a tie if the snail goes down?
I think maybe it might be 3-3-3-3-2, so maybe 73 or 74. Let me just have a look.
No, I'm calling it. Calling a draw. No, calling a draw. Fuck it. But that means Luke Pierce plays McGowan on the top table, yeah, for the win? If
it is a draw, yes.
That is what a turn of events that would be.
How many is he down to?
Looks like Snail's got a couple left. Surely he goes down, yeah? Surely he goes down.
No. How many is he down to then?
Snail's taken 4.
5 left. Is that captain in range of rerolls on the birds?
Doubtful.
It is. No, it is. Looks like he's rerolling him.
Snail goes down.
Wow. Oh, shit, guys. Hold on to your asses.
Wait, so that score calculation you did there, Ben, was including 5 for that? So
no, it wasn't including the 5 for that.
Oh, sorry.
So Dan is on 74, I think, and I think Duck
45 primary, 10 for paint, nothing for while we stand. How much was recon? 11?
13 for Dan.
And then 6 for
mental interrogation. So 74?
Golly gosh, guys.
Yeah,
golly
gosh. 2 points.
I think it's 2 points to Dan, yeah.
What a freaking game, guys. If that is the call at the end, then magnificent efforts by both players. That's a freaking baller-ass game.
Because Duck will get 10 for while we stand, we fight, and 3 for... Yeah, Duck will score 12 more points, put him to 71. 13 more points. 72, yeah.
Guys, legit, so I just realised, those player grades not only...
72, I think.
Those plague bearers not only stopped the primary scoring, but they also got him 2 more points for engage, didn't they? If they had gone down, that'd be 2 points less on engage and 10 points swing to Duck on the primary. So it would have been a huge swing those plague bearers dropping.
Yeah, the MVP plague bearers for Dan this game.
MVP plague bearers for sure, absolutely. I mean, how lackluster have the bloodletter's been though? Come down turn 2, charge a captain in 8 rounds of combat.
Yeah, apparently the captain has half damage as well, so the 6s do nothing for the double damage.
Yeah, I thought that's what the Dawn's stubbornness sort of is. Stubborn douche warlord trait is what it should be called. Man, this is one of my favorite games I've ever called, by the way. This has been absolutely amazing. Looks like he's lost a couple of intercessors to the beasts in combat, to those 2 beasts. I'm surprised he charged them. Maybe he's just having some lulls at the end of the game.
74-72.
Let's have a quick score up. I'm not sure there's much point playing the last turn of the game. This is one of the things I don't like about the current game at the moment. There's very little reason for the bottom of the guy with the bottom of the turn to play his turn. essentially there's no real primaries to score. Your opponents have the opportunity to turn them all off. And usually you've got nothing left. And I usually love the last turn of the game as being my favourite turn of the game, with the little scrambling, the little bits and pieces happen.
Yeah, we were talking last night about potentially putting like a third. So you have your primary, secondary, and then a tertiary, which is end game of scoring on objectives.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Because then that makes the last turn actually mean something. What do you guys in the chat think about that? Because at the moment, it just feels a bit... The last turn used to feel like this epic build-up to this crescendo at the end of a game, and now it feels like turns 3 to 4... Sorry, 2, 3, and 4 matter. Turn 1 and 2, who gives a shit?
What's the score?
So 1 and 5, who gives a shit? Yeah, so let's just see wait for these guys to chalk it up, calculate it for themselves. But man, like, what a pleasure to call, guys. Matt, any thoughts?
72-76 in the end.
76. There you go. Good game. Incredible game.
There you go. Dan wins it by 4 freaking points.
I'm going to pop Dan on.
Epic fucking game.
I talk really loudly, so... What's going on, lads?
How's it going? Introduce yourself.
I am Dan Savage. I'm playing Chaos Demons, and I just played against Walduck, Hayden Walduck, with Marines.
We noticed. Dude, like, well played, well done. That was a really well played game.
Oh man, I'm absolutely gutted. The snail died at the end. That's my army, bro. I love that snail.
Dude, he did fine. He was the only thing that killed the Invicta, which is what kind of swung the game. Had the Invicta not gone down and the snail died, you lost, dude. You lost by 1 point.
Yeah, no, that's why I had a hard choice between going for quarters or going for the Invicta. I thought taking 5 points off him was more important than me getting another 2 points.
Yes, especially when you're that much far up primary, yeah?
Yeah, and like the snail actually hits pretty hard. Like when you... People have totally like hit it and they've gone, oh, the snail's no good. I'm like, man, he's like my high AP in a list that has no really high AP.
So we were talking about what your MVP would be. What do you think it is? Because we think, me and Matt both know what ours is.
Okay, so my MVP for pretty much just this game or all games?
This game.
This game. It would definitely probably be the lock.
Yeah? Tell us why.
Reason being, I needed to shut down that high strength fire, and I also brought the captain, which I needed to control where that captain was going, and putting him in that corner let me start sort of pushing around to the side, and he had to start splitting his forces up and his shooting. I don't hold anything back. I rolled pretty solid with some of the saves.
You rolled well for the lock. You rolled shit for the great unclean one.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, well, great unclean one's dead.
Yeah, you did.
Before going into the game, I basically had to... I was like, this list does so much damage that I have to continuously be moving forward. And with my secondaries, I have to make him make tough decisions on what he's going to shoot at. Yep. Which that's what that's what I was sort of looking at with it, where I was like, oh, okay, if I put the lock in, he's stuck attacking this lock. If there's a high chance the lock lives, but if it does die, I'm like, well, that's my backup plan, and that's where I throw the great unclean one back in after that, because those Invictors, I can't allow them to operate for too long.
Yeah. They just do so much heavy lifting. Maddie, any questions?
No, I think the game plan's pretty solid. I don't know why you'd go while we stand when you're sort of planning to throw a lot of change away, though.
Yep.
I kind of understand it, but I think that it kind of rewards the other player for for getting fed a unit. But I suppose at the same time, right, they're tough to kill, so I can't really fault that. I think you played the game pretty well, personally.
I would have taken banners over while we stand personally, but because I knew I from your point of view, I would have been like, hey, I know I'm going to get board supremacy over this guy. He's only got 10 obsec models. I've got 50.
Mate, I was having such a debate with the banners. I sat there last night thinking about it, and I went, if I take banners, I'm too dependent on my infantry, and those aircraft have the ability to just wipe my plague bearers off, and it gave him a really sort of quite squishy target to just take off the board, and then my bloodletters eventually would have to do a backup roll of putting banners up. Also, it kind of, with the mission, it was a tough mission for me to play against Duck because he can just hold 2 objectives and get 10 points, so I had to start pushing him. Banners keeps me 2 backfield, so and also let me be aggressive with the Flamers. So the Flamers actually were close to my MVP because of the fact that they pushed up the side. They did a obscene amount of damage to one of his little incursor squads or whatever they are. And then they pushed up the flank and denied him, gave him a 0 for one of the points.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
See, I actually think Banners would have been good here purely because he can't get to your lines. Because you have so many high toughness models pushing towards the center of the board, or at least center-ish of the board. If you raise Banners on your 2 home objectives, you pretty much just get 8 points.
Yeah, that was my
never,
thinking as well.
he can
As
never
soon as-
really take them off you.
I completely agree. It's just what do you combo with that when you're looking at, like, engage on all fronts is one of my go-to, which starts pushing me forward. So if I can't reconsolidate on my backfield to cover the Banners, you'll usually be caught in a position where you're protecting Banners when you really want to be pushing up for max points on quarters. But like not disagreeing. Like I really thought about Banners, and then basically last minute decision. I took mental interrogation because I was stuck in a position where I was like, I don't want to do ritual because it's backfired on me on so many times.
Yeah, big time.
If I'm gonna peril, it's when I'm casting that spell.
Yeah, you might be right. So me and Matt both thought your MVP was unit of Plague Bearers. There was this turn where Hayden made his big dig play, chucked everything over to get the Plague Bearers down. You warp surged him and rolled like a god, and they survived. That was the turn we were like, wow, the Plague Bearers just winning the game, because that was going to be a 12-point swing. You don't score any engage in all front because you're only scoring 3 quarters, so you'd lose 2 points there, and it would be a 10-point swing on the primary. But man, those Plague Bearers held up, and what a swing!
Yeah, definitely, and more so. I literally was looking at my hand rolling those dice, and I was like, "Well, this is where it happens." You can't predict that. That's why the warp surge. I love it, but also in that position, sometimes it never works out for me. I don't know whether I made a mistake warp surging the Nurglings at the start of the game, but the Nurglings actually gave me so much scoring at the start of the game that I was like, okay.
Yeah. They were everywhere. They were just doing so much.
Yeah, and it's just like the way I'm playing this list is I'm just like, I just keep ticking over the scoreboard and force my opponent to start overcommitting, overextending. Duck's list is frustrating because I have no flyers to deal with the flyers, so I literally, before the game began, I was like, well, he's going to get 10 points for while we stand. I can't deal with him.
Nah, fair enough, mate. Well, enjoy. You're going to be on the top table versus Josh McGowan by the looks of things. What are your thoughts going into that matchup? What's your predictions there?
We've played it a couple of times. So pretty much I have to steamroll up the board at Josh. His riders are very frustrating because they block my charge. He made a mistake last time we played where he sat the riders within 3 inches of the beast and they heroically intervened and killed all these riders. Yeah. I don't think he's going to do that again, so I'm a bit worried.
Wow, you shouldn't have heroically intervened then. You made a mistake.
He made a mistake. I sat there and I was like, the gentleman in me wanted to say something, and then I was like, the competitive gamer was like, oh god, let him have that mistake.
Yeah, nums.
But yeah, mate, I'm a bit frustrated. I'm just about to cop double shooting back to back, but the dice rolls feel hot. I feel like this is my day.
No, go for it, dude. God, may the Pantheon bless you. Fucking Godspeed, dude.
Take it easy, brother. Later, guys.
Cheers, bro.
What a champ, and what a game. It was fucking
pretty solid.
You called it as well. Matt. You said you wanted to call one of his games because you thought it'd be crazy good. Cheese puree. Cheese Dupree. Cheese puree. Eric did go down by 2 points to Josh McGowan.
It was 5 in the end, he said, actually. But
5,
yes.
Yeah. We thought that might happen. We thought, like, on paper, we thought Eric was putting his nose a little bit too close to the line on whether the carpet was going to hold up versus some of these new meta lists. And both Matt and I thought McGowan could have his number depending on what the mission was and how it played out. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think look, I think list on list you reckon that Admech list has got it right. I sort of thought Eric was just going to outplay him because Eric's
same. Yeah.
But that Admech list is very, very good. This next game is going to be incredible. Yeah.
It's going to be fantastic. It's just so many tools. Well, all the tools that Josh has versus all the resilience that Dan has. We'll see. The mission's going to be a big deal in this one because if this is a mission where Josh can just sit back on 2 objectives and get 40 points on his primary, Dan's going to have a really hard time. If Dan can't push the primary envelope, it's going to be an uphill battle for him.
Ooh, yeah, they're playing the scouring, so that'll be interesting.
It will be very interesting. Just going to check up on the leaderboard right now. See, right now McGowan is in first place, but the scores from the current game we were streaming have not gone through yet. We're still waiting on results from the Luke Pierce game.
I can give you a bit of info on that.
Yeah, let us know, mate.
Very close. So bottom of turn 4, I think, and Luke is up by 1 point. It's 46 to 45.
Jeez.
So it's not going to be anywhere, not going to be close to where these guys are. So I think we're pretty safe in saying McGowan and Dan will be top table, and then I think Luke will be playing to go undefeated for second.
Yes, he actually is doing a nice little yellow submarine play here, isn't he? Or is he going to go into Eric now?
No, I think Duck and Eric will play, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But I need to go to the bathroom, so I will leave you guys to it.
No problem. We'll pull the plug on this bad boy. We'll go take the break while we can, and we'll be back. What time's the next round going to start? It'll be 45 minutes, yeah?
Liam, what time's the next round?
12:15.
12:15. Yeah, sorry, I don't.
12:15, guys. So we're going to pull the plug on this one. We're going to go rest our vocals because that was an absolute onslaught of a game. We're going to be back in about 45 to 50-ish minutes with round 5. Look like it's going to be Demons versus Admech on the top table. So thanks everybody who's joined us, especially through the rocky start of this first game.
Yeah, I'll keep it on the hotspot, so it shouldn't have that problem.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. All right,
See you
catch us in a bit,
guys.
boys.